Yo, tell me, oh gosh. I use so much, oh gosh, I use too much storage. Like, it's a mess. Ooh, someone's coming soon. Sorry, you guys. Mark got me scared. I thought something was. Oh Lord, YouTube is too much. Live streaming on YouTube is crazy. They do too much. They do too much. They do too much. YouTube is exhausting sometimes. I let me play my videos. Like, what's the problem? What's up, Megan? I was thinking about you yesterday. Y'all, YouTube is too much. Okay, child, I'm back at it again. What happened? Hold on. What happened? Let me see this.
No, because I definitely want to chime in on this. So first of all, the old man is a simp, right? Clearly, these kids are not raised with the father in the home. Clearly, as you can tell, that the parents are divorced. The kid is smart enough to know not to let the mom spill the beans in the interview. At least that shows that the brother who's alive understands the magnitude of the situation they're trapped in and how everyone's judging every little detail. But that being said, whether the father forgives or not, that's not how you do it. Like, for me personally, like, if you're going to do that, it's not about that. He did that for virtue signaling. He did not do that for meaningful, deep, emotional response to a traumatic incident of forgiveness and come to Jesus and all that. At least I don't believe so. He doesn't look like the type of guy. And based on the fact and how the rest of the family acts, I'm going to go with the fact that that guy is not that stand-up. That being said, honestly, from where I sit, these are two of my future enemies taking themselves off the board early. So I'm not invested in who's right or who's wrong. Dude, that kid is as much a chance at being my problem later as a white nationalist as anything else. And that kid is a mob cop kid. Dude, that's the other kid is a mob cop kid who immediately stabbed another kid as a response to an altercation. They are both high-risk youths. I'm sorry. Everything that's come out about everyone involved makes me flag both of them now to worry about them later. So if they're taking themselves off the board right now, I'm with it. That's fine. I'm not invested in who's right or who's wrong and how this got started. But the fact is it looks like everybody's got blame on this. And you can say whatever you want. They got good grades.
Wow. So full disclosure, again, Just the Guys is our sister station here. We're friends with everybody that comes on there, but I thought that was pure disgusting. And not only that, the comments made, in my opinion, were just out of the blue. There have been no facts at all, no details that have been confirmed to come out and say definitely not the victim, the boy who was stabbed to death, that he was some high-risk youth. There's been no evidence that the father was not a stand-up guy. There's been no evidence that he was a white nationalist. what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
I was so enraged by those statements. It was pure nonsense, and it was disgusting, and it was reckless.
Yeah.
Reckless.
Yeah. I wanted to correct some things too. Number one, I think the clip said that, you know, you can tell they came from broken home, whatever. Well, apparently, correction, the black kid, I'm sorry, his name, Anthony, Karmelo Anthony, and the white kid, both of them, well, the black kid certainly came from a mom and dad home, 2-parent family home. So I don't know where that came from. The Metcalf family, it's my suspicion that they are divorced. And it was just based on that little clip they showed with him telling his mom, like, don't say whatever he told his mom. But in no way, shape, or form does that imply that the father is not a stand-up guy, or even the mom for that matter. I don't know how we got from the victim being stabbed to death to now those two kids are just taking themselves off the face of the earth for his future comfort. I don't get that. I think in that same clip he was.
Okay, I'm talking a little too much. Sorry, guys. My bad. I'm like, what's going on here? So I'm just looking at stuff, you guys. My bad. Yes, maybe. I'm just looking at stuff. Because I'm like, what can I play that is not? Because it's like they do so much. Man, what happened with this one?
Oh boy, it's good to see some of you. You know, throughout these last 15 months, I relied on one thing. I relied on God. And I would say it, I would bless the Lord at all times. His words of praise will continuously be in my mouth. And I'm standing in front of you because of my faith and all those New Yorkers who are going through difficult times. Lean into your faith because that is your answer. Good morning. We had another outstanding week of delivering a safer, more affordable city as we continue to make New York City the best place to raise children and families.
Yeah, right.
Public safety crime stats are clear. The first quarter of the year, which is a continuation, which a lot of people seem to be missing. This is a continuation. We had 5 straight quarters with decreasing crime. It didn't start in January, folks. 5 straight quarters in decreasing crime. When you don't acknowledge that, you really miss the men and women who have been doing the job continuously. And we just really want to thank them. And public safety and justice, I say over and over again, they are the prerequisite to our prosperity. And last month, we achieved another historic milestone in delivering a safer city for New Yorkers and did the thing our administration is.
Specific nominee or legislation. I'll repeat. You hear Nina Turner had a really good point. Technically, this is not a filibuster because it's not blocking any specific nominee or legislation. I'll repeat. Technically, this is not a filibuster because it's not blocking any specific nominee or legislation. Thank you. Yeah. But that's what corporate media, everybody was calling a filibuster. What Cory Booker was doing is he was speaking against Donald Trump's agenda, but not a specific piece of legislation or a nominee, just speaking out against Donald Trump's agenda. And I keep saying that because when I tell you what he did not talk about, that is going to be important. Mm-hmm. So that's what Cory was doing there. We're going to go into some of the conversation here after him talking. And Cory, to me, it just, you know.
Would you be?
Cory, to me, is just always so fake. Like, I swear to God, if there was an Oscar for politicians, Cory would probably win that. I met Cory.
He's a lot. He's very fake.
Cory Booker in 2020. I saw him speak in New Hampshire. He was running for president then. And that's really what this is about, folks. Don't get it twisted. This is really Cory Booker trying to make himself look like, hey, I should be the one that you should want to run for president in 2028. That's really what I think this.
There is something about this dude, man. He's so weak. He is just so, oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one to see it. Oh, Lord. He's just, he's so fake.
This is about. Just keeping it real. But I saw Cory, and I've never seen someone so fake before in my life. First of all, you don't have to do this to me every time you're speaking, you know? You really ain't got to do that. It was just overdone. So he was just very fake. And people could tell. I think people in New Hampshire could tell that, right?
He's very fake.
So after his 25, here he comes in here, and everybody's making Cory Booker look like some hero. I almost said some whore. I'm so sorry. I was trying to say I'm a hero.
Yes.
Willing to share what you've heard back from your constituents, from citizens, because now you've had some time to digest the response.
Not as much. My staff has sort of been dosing out some things to me as I've tried to, just physically recover, even though my spirit is really soaring. The gratitude from people whose voices I've elevated, who write to their senator with really personal, painful stories, to know that those people were in some ways affected by the fact that I read their letters and told their stories and talked to their pain and anger. That relieves me. I just want to make sure that I'm always respecting people who tell me about their challenges with Parkinson's or dementia or their challenges with disabled children. But to hear from Americans that feel really ignited and inspired, especially those who aren't that political or not that kind of base partisanship. That was really what I was dreaming of, is that somehow I could strike a chord that wasn't the normal left-right debates, but that in many ways could lift us beyond those to talk about a larger moral moment.
Okay, you were able to read letters. Whoopity dip dip do. Because some people are saying, yay, Cory Booker's out there fighting like hell. Fighting for what?
Exactly.
You're not even speaking against said legislation.
No.
There was no legislation on the table that you're speaking against. What are you fighting for? That was Cory Booker trying to make himself look good, and what he is hoping would elevate even more his political career.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what this is about. Let's not forget Cory Booker.
Hold on. Give me a second. No, sorry. What's his name? Stefan came. I had to go open the door. These kids. I have too many kids.
Moved to the projects in Newark, New Jersey.
I'm here.
So that he could try to win that mayor race. Don't forget that. I watched the whole story about Cory Booker. Yes. Before I went to see him speak, I watched the whole story about Cory Booker. And I always had this kind of feeling about people who are pretty well off financially and they go and move to a poor areas. It's kind of like, I'm not feeling you. I know what you're trying to do. Right. So I watched that whole story. And his political stuff, especially when he was running for mayor, that wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy fight for him. But eventually he got hooked up with the right lobbyists and the right donors, and he moves into the Senate. And he's very fake. If you try to ask him about Gaza or anything like that, he'll just pretend you're not there, ignore you, walk away. He's very fake. And the more I saw who he really was, I said to myself, damn, I see why Rosario Dawson left you. I see why Rosario pieced out.
We showed some of the international reaction, which again is not how the Senate, let alone the Democrats in the minority, have been heard from over the last months. You changed that. Here's some more of the political reaction we've seen.
What Cory Booker did over the last 24 hours may have changed the course of political history, but he struck the kind of tone that grassroots Democrats are looking for.
By the way, Frank Luntz is also an AIPAC puppet. That guy who was just speaking there, also AIPAC puppet.
Democrat actually doing something. Wow. I mean, wow. That's the longest someone's held Congress captive since January 6th.
We need that kind of energy coming from the Democrats. People feel that no one is fighting for them. And when I look at Cory Booker, I feel like Cory Booker is fighting for them.
So what this compilation here shows me is that once again, corporate media received the same PR talking point. You guys ever notice they say the same things, right? They work in tandem together. So it's like whatever The View says, you'll hear MSNBC say it, CNN will say it, Charlemagne will say it. They all have the same talking point. That in itself should tell you something. And now their talking point and their idea is to persuade you that Cory Booker is doing something, that he's really out there fighting. But even Nina Turner told you herself that that's not a filibuster because he's not grandstanding against any type of legislation or nominee. What I'm trying to tell you is that they're tricking you.
Yeah.
They're tricking.
Yeah. And my thing is, what are they fighting for? What exactly are they fighting for? They got to make that payment. There's $9 trillion due by tomorrow. Go find the money, y'all. Go find the money.
People, they want you to think, oh my God, he really did something. I saw it today on Facebook. Even some of the people I went to high school with, they were like, I hope he runs for president. Oh my God, did you see what Cory Booker did? I hope he really wins. And I'm like, and you guys fall right for it. That's exactly what they want you to think. He ran for president in 2020. Why you didn't say nothing about him then? Why weren't they pushing him then? Everyone asked these questions. Why weren't they pushing him in 2020? Why wasn't corporate media pushing him in 2020? That's how the media works. So Cory is like out there and, his eyes.
Let's look at this one. I got to go make some food in a little bit.
Crypt Keeper is about to roll open. What's going on here?
I tend to be a little bit more selfish as it relates to money.
I feel like I have to justify what I do with my money constantly.
Have you ever lied to Robin about money or hidden anything from him financially speaking?
Yes.
Doesn't seem like a healthy relationship dynamic or a healthy relationship with money.
I don't know how to.
Yeah, hold on. Speaking of money, Karmelo's fund is at $317,000. Y'all here? Y'all see this? Y'all still here? $317,000. I hope they raise $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500,000. 1 $500, Yeah. They had 317. Yeah, donate, Ruva, donate. Like somebody wrote right here, the guy said right here, what did he say? He said Karmelo had the right to defend himself as well as the right to raise money for his legal defense, especially if Rittenhouse and Penny were allowed to do the same. Penny, I agree. Rittenhouse, I didn't know much about his case. Yeah, 317. That's really good. I hope they raise $500,000 and maybe more. Shoot, maybe they can raise $1 million. Yeah, you should. He should have the best lawyer money can buy. I don't even know why all these like Black content creators are like so triggered that he's like people are giving him money for his defense. I'm like, what's the problem? Like, what's your issue? No, I don't get this. Like the victim. I'm like, were you there? Do you know everything that happened? Like, this is crazy. April, I have to leave her a comment. Like, I'm like, girl, what? Did y'all hear what she said? What the heck? Look what she said.
With the culture.
Huh?
When we struggle to just mourn and say this situation is jacked up and something's wrong with us, when the first thing we want to do is racialize it, right? We want to make it about ethnicity versus making this about this is what happens when you live in a sin-sick world and the heart of mankind, which is deceitful and desperately wicked, makes poor choices because in an instant, we're driven by the lust of our flesh.
But I'm like, so who? I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Sometimes I'm so confused. Like, this has always been one of my fears also, because when people, I don't know if like it's a thing, like when some Black content creators are like Trump supporters and they're conservatives, I feel like because they start attracting more of a white audience, they start saying all kinds of weird things. But I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. White people too are conceiving sin. I'm so confused. Just because the young man Austin is dead does not mean that he was innocent. Doesn't mean that he has no blame also. Like, he also made an impulsive decision. I'm like, girl, before you sat here, did you you hear what we heard? Right? In an instant. If it's raining, why does the Black, I'm keep asking this question every single time, right? If it was raining, what is the urgency for this young man to leave the tent? Why does Austin make it his problem to tell the Black boy to leave the tent? It's funny how people say, oh, you shouldn't racialize everything. But how can we not? Right? If it's raining, I'm assuming it's all white people, right? So if it's raining and this Black boy wants to be under your tent because he doesn't want to get wet, what is the problem? Why does the white boy tell the Black boy, oh, now you have to leave? Why does he have to leave? And then you grab his book bag and you throw his book bag in the rain. So I'm like, I'm so confused. Like, girl, what? What's going on here? I'm like, so obviously he's also not a nice person. He's not a nice person. That's not a nice human being. That is not a nice human being. If it's raining, anybody that has a good heart, if it's raining, you're like, oh yeah, sure, maybe he's here because he doesn't want to get wet. What is the big deal? Right? Because no time do they actually say, oh, he was bothering people, he was being loud, or he was doing this, right? No, the boy Austin just felt like, okay, I'm gonna tell him to leave. Why? Who gave him that authority anyways? Like, mind your business. Mind your business. We don't need white people policing other people. But I'm like, that's the thing about trying to have a white. That's why I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I want to make sure I don't have too many white people following me because I'm get on, right? I feel like when you start to say, oh, you support Trump and things like that, they just assume that, oh yeah, she's gonna go and tell him, like, she's gonna go check the Black people for us. Like, no, go check your own white people, you weirdos. Go check your own people. That's just so weird. That's just so weird. Why do you have to tell a young man to leave when it's raining? And it's funny how all of them are not even saying, like, oh yeah, was it like, what was the urge? Like, what was the urgency? Why does he have to leave the tent if it's raining? Did he bother you? Did he do anything to anybody? Right? And then why Austin is deciding that he's going to be the authority to tell the boy to leave? For what reason? For what reason? Did he buy the tent? I'm like, and my thing is on top of that, this tent also is erected on public ground. Like, it's the school ground. So it's like, whatever. Like, what the heck? Oh, it's a heinous act. Yeah, it's also very disgusting to tell somebody with a different skin color to just walk in the rain just because you don't want to sit under your tent. That is so disgusting. Like, who raised this boy? Who raised him? Yeah, he's dead. But just because he's dead does not mean we can also do a trial of his upbringing. Because who raised this boy? Who raised him? That is so disgusting. That's so oh, we just don't want him here. For what reason? Right? Exactly. Yeah, it seemed too freaking much. White people always thinking they gotta police everybody. Go police your damn selves. Like, get out of here with that goofy mess. And then he grabbed the boy's book bag and he throws his book bag in the rain. How would anybody feel, especially white people, grab their stuff and throw their stuff somewhere and see what they do to you? You barely touch white people, they call the police on you. Make it make sense. You knock at their door, they already have a shotgun ready to blow your brains up. Like, seriously? Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. Touch any white person's property and see what they'll do to you, right? But it's okay for them. It's okay for this white boy. Then I'm like, if it's raining, I don't think the book bag was on the ground. So you had to get it off his body. Like, what the freak? That's excessive. That is so excessive. Telling somebody to leave the tent is one thing. Putting your hand to extract somebody or to take somebody's book bag off their body, you're doing too damn much. Don't be touching me. And also, the twin. We're supposed to believe that, one twin is doing something and the other twin's not doing anything. Man, go feed that stuff to the migrants. Go feed that stuff to the birds. Like, people are crazy. They're so damn crazy, like always trying to do too much to try to placate these white people. Get out of here with this bullshit. Get out of here with this bullshit. Yeah, they like to police shit. Like, I don't know who they think they have this, what's it called, manifest destiny and shit. They can just walk around policing humanity. Go police your damn self. Go police your medicine cabinet. Go police your what's it called? The shelves of your sink. Leave me the hell alone. Okay? Go police your cleaning supplies. Stop bothering people. Go police your markers. Leave me the hell alone. But I'm like, what's the problem? Like, why does he have to move? Why does he have to move? It's freaking raining. Because I told Fubi, I was like, because me initially when I heard it, the boy was under the wrong tent. I said, okay, okay, but why is he there? I was a bit confused, like, why is he there? Why did he go with his own tent, with his own people, right? But then when they said, it was raining, I said, okay, that makes sense. Because most likely that is the closest tent, so that's why he was there. But nobody is saying, they're not saying, he was bothering people, he was antagonizing people, he was trying to steal. You know what I mean? No, he ain't fucking to blame, Aaron. Nah, fuck your bitch ass. He's not to fucking blame. Get the fuck out of here, Aaron. And fuck you. Like, seriously, fuck you, bitch. Like, don't get cussed out. Do not get fucking cussed out. Your goofy, stupid ass. So for you white people, it's okay for your goofy ass white children to tell a black child that he needs to walk in the rain. Who the fuck raised you? Who the fuck raised you? Fuck around, get cussed out. You disgusting, nasty ass white people with no fucking manners. You fucking animals. In your fucking culture, you tell children of a different complexion to walk in the rain? Is that what your culture teaches you? I don't give a fuck what the fuck you are, Peta. I don't give a fuck what you are, Peta. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You out your damn mind. In your goofy ass Mexican culture, y'all tell people who don't have your complexion to walk in the rain? Is that your fucking culture? You tell people who don't have your complexion to walk in the rain? In your goofy ass Mexican culture, you don't tell somebody, okay, if it's raining, you can sit here, it's okay. As long as you don't bother people, you can sit for a while because it's raining. Okay? That's why I don't even cry when they deport you Latinos. I don't even fucking cry because some of y'all so damn hateful. So many of you Latinos, a bunch of racists, raciste. You're a bunch of racists. You're a bunch of racists. That's why I don't even understand why these black people crying for y'all. Every time y'all get deported, I don't get involved. You see this? Bunch of racists. Is that your goofy ass Mexican culture? Huh? Your tamale culture? Your whatever, your Michoacan culture? Is that your culture? Your Tijuana culture? Is that your culture? Ta cultura? Is that your culture? That when people don't have your complexion, you can't even let them sit somewhere to get some kind of shade? In your culture, when somebody doesn't have when someone does not, yeah, exactly, Mexican cartel asses, poisoning the American people, close the damn borders. I don't have to be married, bitch. Is your mother married? You people start having kids at 16. Okay, how old was your mother, tu madre? Okay, how old was she when she had you? 12, 14, 15, okay? 15, 14? How old was your mama? Where about if I'm married or not? Was your mother married? Y'all got a bunch of kids started at 16. Don't play with me, sis. I will hurt your feelings, hermana. I will hurt your feelings. I'm not the one. I am not the one. Everybody knows, all you Mexicans, you start having babies at 14, 15, 16, like quinceañera. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. You goofy ass Mexican. Go make some tamales somewhere instead of worrying about this bullshit. Okay? MS-13 that ass. Okay? Fuck out of here with this bullshit. What do I look like to you, Peter? What the fuck do I look like to you? You out your damn mind. You out your fucking mind. You out your fucking mind. That's why my ancestors whooped your people's asses at the Alamo. And we took Mexico, Texas, whatever you name it, New Mexico and California. Fuck around and find out, bitch. We're going to remind you what the Alamo looks like. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. Stupid shit. Stupid shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bunch of racist people. He ain't going to get shit. You're more likely to get it. You are more likely to get it. Matter of fact, you're more likely to get deported than he gonna get the death penalty. Get out of here with that. Exactly. He ain't gonna get no death penalty. That's what y'all want. That's why y'all so mad he raised money. I'm freaking Mexican. Fuck you. We don't give a fuck. Mexican. Nobody gives two shits. What in the cartel nightmare is this? What I look like? Yeah, donate to his GoFundMe. Exactly. Mexican children be pregnant for food assistant, government assistant. They're so young. They start having babies at 16. She gonna ask me if I'm married. What is that? Was your mother married? Are you married? How many niños you got? Huh? ¿Cuántos niños tú tienes? How many niños you got? Exactly. A whole generation of bunch of little Mexican bastards. Play with me if you want to. What the fuck do I look like? Don't play these stupid games somebody else. You people out your damn mind. You see all you black people who cry when they deport these Latinos? I hope you see this. Don't learn to mind your business. You see this? Y'all be crying for these Latinos. You cry for them not to get deported. You see what they think of you? Learn to mind your black business. Learn to mind your black business and your black job. Trump try to tell y'all. Okay? Mexicans are racist. I told you, raciste. Todo gente raciste. No gustan. El gente negro. No gustan. No. Tiene un esposo. Tu mamá tiene un esposo. ¿Ah? ¿Dónde es el esposo de tu mamá? ¿Ah? Esposo. Are you married? Are you married? Was your mother married? You know what the heck? You quinceañera, baby. You better leave me alone. You better go play with somebody else. What the heck? What the heck? Like that, yeah, they really think they're white. They really do. They truly do. They really do. They really think they're white. They're insane. They are truly insane. The death penalty. Get the fuck out of here with that. I'm Mexican. Shut up. Okay. Like they're insane. Yeah, they don't like black people. They're racist. Mexicans are racist. The vast majority of Mexicans are racist. They're like especially those with the white skin. Oh, those people, they think they're Europeans. Oh, please. Who is she playing with? I am not the one. Don't get cussed out. I'm a very nice person. Do not play with me. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. What death penalty? That's why y'all mad that he raising money. Because the more money he raises, the more likely he ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all gonna make me pray that he even walks out. That he just walks out, crip walking. Okay? Exactly. Foolishness. Yeah. She said, I went to a Mexican store. They thought I was going to steal. I bought my stuff and the white person was stealing from the store. Exactly. Buffalo soldiers, dreadlock rosters, okay? My ancestors whoop your people. Play with me. You better go read up the Alamo and find out how y'all lost Texas, you lost New Mexico, you lost Arizona, you lost California to some black people with dreadlocks. Play with me. Okay? Don't we still gonna go and get the good deals? Play with me if you want to. You out your damn mind. You racist people. What I look like? You out your mind. It's freaking raining. $100 tent, a $50 tent. This white boy out here doing the fucking most for a goofy ass tent. I could have bought that tent 20,000 times and whooped his ass with it. A fucking tent. So over this tent, you so pressed. The tent. It's a goofy ass Walmart tent. What the freak? What is this? My tent. You can't be under my tent. What tent? You're on public ground. You're on public property. They're on school property. So whatever. Anybody can seek refuge. What is the problem? A $50 tent, a $20 tent, doing too much. You got to rough up this little boy. You got to stress the little boy, grab his bag, throw his bag into the rain because he's an animal? Then you want to cry about, oh, but he stabbed him. Oh, but what about the whole stuff that led to that point? Because you people, what do you take black people for? What do you take black people for? Are you seriously serious? But then again, you are serious. You are racist. What the heck? Exactly. Get out of here with that. Everybody, make sure you donate money. Oh, I sure did light her ass up. And I don't play with these. Elena, I don't play with these people. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? What in the world? What you think? You think Marlene, I'm gonna throw a little black boy to the wolves? Never, never, never. You already know black men are the prize, okay? Black men are the prize. Black boys are the prize. I'm a proud mama of 3 black boys, okay? I am forsaking nobody. You got the wrong one. I got 3 black sons. I'm not forsaking anybody. The people talk, they gave the details, and nobody says, oh, but what was the problem? No, not even one time. Not even one time did somebody say, oh, he was bothering people, he was harassing people, he was trying to steal from people. Nobody complained about, oh, he did this, therefore Austin felt like he had to do this. No, Austin saw the boy, he saw he was black, and he got triggered. When they found his book bag, did he have anybody's property in his book bag? Did he steal anything from anybody? Did he bother anybody? Did he arrest anybody? No, of course not. But this white boy doing too damn much, doing too much on some goofy ass bleachers with $100 tent. Poor ass. Is he white trash? He from the trailer? He not used too much? Like, this is ridiculous. Why does he have such a scarcity mindset? Oh, rubbish. I don't have time for these people. This is crazy. Okay, let me show you all this goofy ass tent that nobody can stand under because you black. Let me show you all this goofy ass tent. Let me see if I can find it. Huh? Where are these goofy ass tents? You ever see this? So this, like, you see this? So this is the tent. You have to leave my tent. You got to leave my tent. What is it? So this is it, y'all. This is it, y'all. Hide the money, y'all. It's poor white people around. Hide the money, y'all. It's poor white people around. Make it make sense. This is the tent. Look at the tent, y'all. Look at these ratchet ass tents. What is such a big deal about these tents? So whether, and my thing is, look, these white people, they're so damn evil. This tent right here, between this tent and this tent, how many steps is it? So if he stood here instead of standing here, oh my Lord, oh my God, like seriously? Seriously, is that big of a deal for a tent like this? Whether it's this one, is that one? What about these tents is so expensive, is so precious, is so amazing that you just can't share? All of this is school property. It's all taxpayer money. What is so special about this tent? Let's assume he was right here and he had to go over here. Okay, he don't want to. What's the problem? If he was here also and he had to go over here, okay, he don't want to. This goofy ass tent. No, Daniel Penny, I agree though. I ain't gonna lie, sis. No, him, I agree. Daniel Penny, I do agree. That I do agree. But I'm like, this right here, this some foolishness. What is so special about these goofy ass tents? Okay, let me do my little Trump thing. What is so special about these goofy ass little tents? Okay, what's so special? These are small, tiny tents. What is the problem? What's the problem? Okay, this is school property. These tents are even over the bleachers. Austin Metcalf, his family paid for the bleachers. His family paid for them bleachers. Did your people pay for these bleachers? Did your white people pay for them bleachers? Well, what's the big deal? They're so damn mean. White people are so mean. White people are mean as fuck. They are a bunch of mean people. These are mean people. What's the big deal? So nobody can stand under your tent? Are you serious? This goofy ass tent I can buy at Walmart for $50? You gonna rough somebody like this? You gonna rough somebody up over a freaking goofy ass tent? Okay? This little tent, this small little tent. Like, what's wrong? What's the problem? Okay? He was a good boy, a very, very good boy. Why he can't stay there? This is a good little boy. He's a good boy. Okay? He's a good boy. What's the problem? What's the problem? This is crazy. Like, what is this? Oh, my Lord. It's a goofy ass little goofy tent. Oh, you gotta leave. You gotta leave. Why? And on top of that, too, right? It's open air. It's an open air. Like there's nothing going on here. They sell this at Walmart, you guys. Like in the garden section, go to the garden section. These tents are like $200. Like this, it's not that expensive. You don't have doors. You don't have windows. You don't even have that much privacy. What's the big deal? What is this white boy so pressed that this black boy needs to walk in the rain or walk across all these bleachers? He can sit there. He can sit there at least until the rain clears up. What is the problem? What's the problem? Like, it's just like, it's crazy. These are cheap. It's cheap material. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this flimsy stuff. Look at this. You gonna lose your mind over this? You gonna press somebody over this? Team too much, per usual. Doing too damn much. For what reason? Let's say, let the rain clear, and then you can say, okay, can you leave us now? Like, go back to your tent. Cool, no problem. Oh no, it's raining. The other coach told them he could go there. Oh no, he can't be here. Why? Because he's black. Did he take anything from anybody? Did he steal from anybody? Did he harass anybody? No, they never want to check themselves. They're raised by wolves. These people have no manners. White people have no manners. They're poorly raised. Oh, exactly. Because it's raining. It's raining. No, they have no compassion, Mark, because they see us like animals. They see us like animals. They wouldn't even tell their dog to go walk in the rain. White people, they would not even tell their dogs to walk in the rain. They wouldn't even tell their cats to walk in the rain. But we as black people, we should walk in the rain. They want to grab our property from our bodies and throw the property in the water. And that's okay. That is okay. Nobody said that at any point was Karmelo bothering anybody. Did you hear that? Because they would have told you. Did you hear that he bothered someone, or he stole from someone, or he harassed somebody, or he touched somebody? He didn't touch nobody. He didn't steal from nobody. He didn't harass nobody. He was just under the tent. That's all he did. And that boy Austin was triggered because a Negro was under his tent. Team too much, per usual. Exactly. Team too much. Always want to police people. Police other people. Police your damn selves. Police your pantries. Police your markers. Police your cleaning supplies. Police your medicine cabinet. Police your bathroom cabinet. Leave us alone. Police your children. Train your children. If white people spend as much time obsessing about their own kids as they do black people, we would not be here. We would not be here. Raise your kids. Mind your children. Mind their opioid addiction. Mind their anger problems. Mind your children. Leave us alone. They're so damn cruel. And it's like none of them said that, oh, it's raining. Like, why didn't you let the boy just sit there? No. God forbid he has to share his tent with a black person. And then, but why we also make it about race? Because it is about race. Because white people make it about race. The freak. White people make it about race. And who's going to shy from it? Who's going to be scared? Who? Tell me who's going to be scared, right? If white people want to make it about race, we can do it. Ain't nobody scared of these people. Nobody is scared of these people. We are not in the 1900s. Nobody is scared of these people. If white people want to make it about race, it can be about race. Ain't a problem. It's not a problem. Whatever they want, we can give it to them. And it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Exactly. Nobody said, oh, if at least he stole, I can see why you're triggered. If he harassed somebody, I can see why he had to go. If he was being loud, I can see why he had to go. No, you did not hear any of this. Oh, he was under the wrong tent. So that's it. So because somebody is under the wrong tent, that gives you permission to do all of this? Talk to them crazy, pick stuff up with their body, keep pushing them and pushing them, right? All of that, this is this crime. He was under the wrong tent. So because of that, you got to do all of this. You got to do all of this. And of course, if he's under the wrong tent, then we know it's one against all of y'all, because all y'all is white, obviously. Because how come nobody said, oh, Austin, it's okay, let him stay, it's raining, right? So it's all of y'all against him. Man, I wish I was a criminal lawyer. I would do it for free. I would go to that courthouse. I would ask the judge to make it public. You need to put this on TV. We're going to put this trial on TV. I'm going to handle these white people today. I will handle these white folks today. They're so damn racist. Oh, I beg. Yeah. Pop their asses with the chairs. They do too damn much. do too much. And on top of that, too, even what happened in Alabama, if we're being honest, right, it was truly white against white because the captain of the big ship, remember, it was a big ship, and that big ship was trying to dock. The small ship with the small boat with white people, they were in the way. So he was trying to get him to move, but the captain was white. So they started attacking the white captain. But because he's a good captain, the black people had his back. That's really what happened, right? It was white against white. I remember that. The ship, like the captain was white. He was trying to park the boat. And the small boat full of drunk white people, they were in his way. And then I guess they started attacking him. So that's when the black people stepped in like, no, not our captain today. Then it went where it went. But they're out of order. They were out of order. They're always out of order. They're always lying. And they never want to tell you exactly what happened because they always have to play victim. Bunch of Karens and Kens. Make it make sense. Am I scared of you? Asking me if I got a husband, but you damn Mexican. Girl, nobody in your family is married. The fuck? What the fuck? Nobody in your family is married. Who in your family is married? What the fuck? Girl, don't do it. You want to bring out stereotype? We can do stereotype for stereotype. I promise you won't start crying. Because y'all know y'all goofy and y'all sensitive. You want to go for the stereotypes? We can do it, bro. We can go stereotype for stereotype. I got self-awareness. I promise you, you're going to cry before I do. You will cry before I do. Exactly. You're going to cry before I do. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, they can get really slippery. And because it's metal, you can get cut. You know? Like, it's wet. It's wet. It's really wet. It's raining. What's the urgency? What is the urgency? And it's all these white people against this one black boy. Oh my gosh, he defended himself. So he should have let these people just walk all over him like he's a freaking doormat. No, he's not. And how do you know he even meant to stab him in the heart? He probably like stab it and it went into his heart. Maybe it wasn't even intentional. What makes you think he was actually aiming for his heart? Now, what the heck? What the heck? Yeah, exactly. Of course. Because he didn't want no smoke. Okay? Yeah, they do too much. They do too much. What the heck? When was the last time I saw a Mexican who was married? You better not stress me out. Don't play with me. I will hurt your feelings. I am stupid. This channel is for entertainment only. Yeah. But we don't know what happened. You haven't even heard his side. Oh, because he's black and he has like his hair is like a little, the mini dreads, whatever. Oh, automatically he's a bad person. Oh, it's heinous. Oh, heinous. So it's not heinous to tell a young black boy to walk in the rain because you want to do some kind of weird shaming ritual. These weirdos. They're so sick. I think white people are so accustomed to bullying, killing, plundering, hazing, torturing, traumatizing. It's just like just being mean to other people is just so normal to them, right? Like, you know, if it was black people and a white child was under a black tent because it was raining, nobody would have a problem. You see, because black people, we're very hospitable. Nobody would have a problem. If we were even passing like towels around, they would have given that white boy a towel. Like, here you go, baby. Right? Because we know how to receive people. We know how to receive people. Right? That bunch of white people, they come to black people's barbecues, they get free food. We never treat them the way they treat us. If it was raining and a white boy had to stay with black people while the rain dies down, it wouldn't have been a problem. It wouldn't have been a problem. It wouldn't have been a problem. You understand? But they always have issues with, they got issues with everybody. I've never seen a people like this. They got issues with everybody. They hate everybody. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Don't know how to share. They can't share the planet. They can't share clean water. They can't share resources. They don't want to share ever, ever, ever. They never want to share with other people. What is this? Exactly, Lonnie. What's the issue, Lonnie? What is the issue? You know what I mean? If Austin needed refuge under the black tent, we wouldn't have told them to leave because it's raining. It's raining. Where do you want him to go? What, like a goofy ass tent like this for some bullshit like this? They act like it's a freaking Lambo or some bullshit. Poor white people. That's some poor people bullshit. You gonna start tripping over a goofy ass tent from Walmart. I never had shit. Doing too fucking much. Doing too fucking much. Right? Even me, I live in a very nice house. If a white child knocked on my door and they asked for some water and the refuge, I would let them have it. What's the problem? You got to help people. You got to have compassion for people. You know what I'm saying? I can cuss out white people, but I can be nice to a white child. That's a child. And do nothing to me. My smoke is for the adults because they're goofy, right? But a white child knocks on my door, even a white, well, it don't matter. Even a white person, it don't matter, right? Because a person in need is a person in need. You got to help people. You got to help people. You got to be nice to people. You know, sometimes everybody needs help. You help people. You know, I've seen white homeless people before I gave them money. I have seen poor white people, poor homeless white women, homeless white men. I have given them money, even though they're white. They're white. They got white privilege. They got the white skin, and I'm black, and I give them money. I'm like, damn, that's a poor white person, and I give them money. What? I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to help a white person. Okay, like make it make sense. Yeah, because who know what went down? But like and these goofy ass white black content creators doing too damn much because you want to kiss these white people's asses. You think they're gonna love you? They will never love you. They will never love you. Okay, you will never have white people loving you. They just use you. They just use you. They're not capable of love, as you can see. Because if they had love, they would say, you know what? It's like he should have let the boy stay there. Was he stealing? Nobody asked. Oh, was he stealing? Was he harassing? Was he loud? Was he bothering people? They didn't even care to ask because who cares? Treat black people any way you see fit, right? Because they're savages. They're a bunch of savages. They don't have manners. They're mean people. They're a bunch of mean people. White people are a bunch of mean people. But exactly. They love to be the aggressors. Exactly. Completely unnecessary. Like what is this goofy ass tent? You would swear we're talking about like a presidential suite at the Four Seasons. You would think he asked to get into a BMW M5 or some shit. No, it's a goofy ass $100 tent at a freaking game on public. Like this is public property. Yeah, because she knows they're not nice. And you know, even at Daily Wire, you saw how they brought that. What's that white girl's name? Brett Cooper. They brought Brett Cooper so she could be bigger than Candace. They had Candace doing an interview with her so Candace could make her bigger, and eventually she had more followers than Candace. Right? That's what they do. They take advantage. They use people. They will never love you. They're not capable. They are tribal AF. They are tribal AF. If they had a bit of compassion, all these white people will be like, you know what, though? But what else was he doing? Besides being under your tent, what else was he doing? Oh, they don't care to ask that. Because they feel just like Austin do. Oh, you expecting me to share a space with a black person? Yo, racist. Yo, racist. Exactly. And they make everything about, no, they love to gaslight people. They love to gaslight people. If it was not about race, they would have asked themselves, if it's raining, why does he have to leave? White people make everything about race. They only have an issue when their race doesn't work in their favor. That's the only thing. They've always made everything about race. They built this country on race. They got rich off of race. They wage wars off of race. They plunder off of race. Everything with white people is about race. They don't let these people gaslight you. That's their modus operandi. It is their paradigm. That's how they see it. When they wrote their goofy ass Manifest Destiny, did they see black people having that? Okay? No, they don't. They make everything about race. The war in Ukraine, they told us they had to go give money to them because they're white people, right? So they make everything about race. Do not allow these people to freaking gaslight you. Foolishness. Exactly. Foolishness. They sure do. Like, what the heck? Like, whatever. Matt Walsh running to his Twitter, running all kinds of foolishness. They make everything about race. Okay? And I think he's the one who made it even public because he made it even more popular because people didn't even know. He made it about race. You understand? And that's why every time you hear it, so you gotta take your time and listen to all the pertinent details. Because I'm like, if it's raining, what is the urge? If it's raining, what's the rush? And nobody said he was bothering people. Nobody said he stole. Nobody said he was harassing or he's trying to lift up the girl's skirts or he's doing something deviant or he was like, setting matches on fire, like, something deviant. And okay, you got to go now. right? No. The only thing that triggered Austin was that a black boy was under his tent and he just didn't want him there. That's it. They like, because they're going broke, they're going bankrupt. You can only use black people for so long. You got to have substantive material, right? You can only troll black people. You can only make Black Lives Matter content for so long. You have to have substantial, substantive content, and they don't have it. They're going bankrupt. Jeremy Boring got fired. They're going bankrupt because God don't like ugly. God don't like racist. God don't like Zionist. Foolishness. Now what the heck? Look at this tent. Look at this tent. A tent. You act like we asked you to share your house, or we ask you to share your car, or we ask you to share your bedroom. It's a tent. What is the big deal? It is a tent. It's a tent, y'all. It's a tent. They sell at Walmart. There are no doors. There's no air conditioning. It's just a tent. It's a covering. It's a covering. What is the big deal? Especially when we find out that the coach, allegedly the coach told them, right? Because Matt Walsh is disgusting, and he calls himself a Christian. They're all racist. The vast majority of white people who love to call themselves Christians, conservative Christians, some of the biggest racists you will ever meet. Some of the biggest racists you will ever meet. They're a bunch of racist people. They're racist people. I told you. And like I said, me, it doesn't bother me because I'm not looking for their approval. So what do I care? I don't really care. I really could care less. Be racist. Don't be racist. It is your plight to bear. You gotta be. I mean, listen. It's to some extent it's a curse, huh? That's you. That's for you to worry about. It takes a lot of energy to hate people. Okay. But if you're a decent-minded people, if you have a good heart, if you really have the love of God, you would ask yourself, why does this boy have to move in the rain? Why can't you wait until the rain dies down and then you can ask him to leave? No, he has to leave right now. Right now. You know, we don't know if it was pouring rain. No, they're not Christians. They're incapable of being Christian. They don't have the love of God. They're incapable. They're incapable. They never look at themselves. They always look at other people. They never encourage you. They always want to throw negativity in your face, data in your face, whatever. But they never throw their own data in their faces. Okay? Christian wear. They don't, you know, between white liberals, white conservatives, white liberals, they use their social good to feel like, oh, look, I'm a good white person because I have black friends and I have gay friends, right? They do social good to feel like they're gods. When it comes to white Christians, they hide behind the Bible to believe that, oh, look, I'm a Christian. So, you know, I have this superiority, spiritual superiority. No, they're not capable of love. They're not capable. And what they're going to do when they realize what Jesus actually looks like? Whoa, Lord Jesus. Okay? Make it make sense. Because what loving heart would say, oh, you know, it was raining and the boy had to go. If you have is that what Jesus taught you? Is that what Jesus teaches in the Bible? Right? We even learned the story about the Good Samaritan who saw the man dying on the side of the road. And he went to a hotel. He asked the man, take care of him. When I come back, I'll pay the thing. You know, the pastor walked by, the what's it called? The Pharisee walked by, the bishop walked by. They left a dying man on the side of the road. And it took the Good Samaritan to say, oh, wow. He picked him up and he took him to the nearest hostel. And he asked the people to take care of him. And he said, on my way back, I will pay whatever this is. Tell me how much I owe you. I will pay you back when I come back. Right? What part of the Bible teaches all this hatred? They're a bunch of hateful people. KKK people had the Bible. And they used that to go burn black people on the cross. Heresy. Okay? These plantation owners had the Bible. And yet they sold human beings. They beat up human beings. They raped human beings. The Bible, the Bible, the Bible. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's for gazy. It's for the birds. It's for the birds. A loving heart. But you want a child to walk in the rain. You have a loving heart. You're a so-called Christian. That's it. Yeah, that's about it. Exactly. That's about it. Everything else is basura. Like just a bunch of trash. No one cares. Yeah. Exactly. Lonnie, this thing, it don't make no damn sense. Right? He kept pushing him and pushing him. I think at one point he punched him also. That's why I'm like, yeah, people need to raise money for this black boy. Raise money for the black boy, y'all. Put this money up. Okay? Let's make this money go up to $1 million. Put the money up. Because that boy. Yes, Maverick, preach. Yes, Maverick, preach. There you go. Even Maverick agreed. You know what I'm saying? He agrees. Okay. Let's get this money all the way to $1 million. Because the more lawyers, the better. The more experts, the better. We're gonna pick everything apart. Oh my gosh, the prosecution, Maverick, prosecution. We're waiting for you. We're gonna pick this case apart. F around and find out he might just walk. Okay. Then they're gonna cry big black tears. Go cry, Bobo. They're gonna cry. We're gonna make them cry. Foolishness. Teach your white children to keep their hands to themselves. Okay? Teach your white kids to keep their hands to themselves. Those days are over. White people putting their hands on people. I will break your hand. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. No, he does exactly. He has no smoke for the cashew. Who forcing Christians to start talking about Christ. Exactly. Because he's a buzz. He's a shrimp. Matt is a shrimp. He's a coward. Okay, he's a coward. Candace is a woman. And Candace has way more courage than him. He is a coward. If he was really brave, he would have quit that job and he would have started his own network. But he can't because he's scared. He is scared. Okay, Christian weird, full of fear, full of lies. He's a racist. He's a goofy ass racist. Yeah. Oh, okay. The Shapiros, the Gregoros, exactly. We'll get him a real criminal lawyer. They're going to be big mad and big sad. Oh, yes, y'all. Run the money up. Let's run the money up. Okay. Foolishness. Like, what was he actually doing? Like, was he aggressing you people? Was he assaulting you people? What else did he do? Oh, he was black under a tent full of white people. That's his sin. That's his sin. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And you said that's why I've always said, me, when I see a whole bunch of white people, I start having anxiety. Because these people right here, white people, it don't take much for these people to go demonic. It don't take much for these people to create a mob and try to kill you. Okay? They're mean. They're a bunch of mean people. I think she is too, though. Yeah. But they brought Brett. They brought Brett so that she could be bigger than Candace. That was their plan. Then, because Candace, the only reason why they hired the Daily Wire, the only reason why they hired Candace, because they needed a black face to say the things they wanted to say without being called racist. That was Candace's job. They don't like that girl. All the love they were giving her, the compliments they were giving her, because she was saying the things they couldn't say, right? The moment Candace tried to do something else, which is, okay, well, if I'm holding black people accountable, then I should also hold the Ashkenazi Jews accountable. I should hold these white people accountable. No. And that's how you see they were racist, right? Because they loved her when she was talking about black people, Black Lives Matter, black stereotypes, and things like that. They loved her very, very, very much, right? The moment she said, well, I can do the same thing with the Jews. What? Ninja what? Ninja who? Right? And Candace, she had her ninja moment. Right? Because that was not the lane. They hired her to talk bad about black people. Because if you talk bad about your people, they love you then. They don't even love you. They love the fact that you're saying it. Because it's a sinister people. It's a sinister, cowardly people. Right? They don't want to say because they got their businesses. They have to go around lying and stuff like that, finessing. So they want you as a black person to say it. Right? And I think that's why, now she's trying to rebrand herself and be more inclusive and not be political and things like that too, because she saw there's never no real love of white people. They're white people don't have friends. I can tell you this. I said white people do not have friends. White people only have interest. If you serve their interest, they'll be nice to you. The day you stop serving their interest, you're out the door. And they will act as if they had never known you. They were never nice to you. They never talked to you. You see, look at Joy Reid. Joy Reid left MSNBC. You think Rachel Maddow and all these people are calling her? You think all these goofy ass white women are calling her to check on her? Hell no. Out of sight, out of mind. Right? They needed her for something very specific. Get these black women to vote for this goofy ass racist white man. So they were tolerating Joyce. They were tolerating her. If they really loved her and they really cared about inclusivity and loving her and getting to know her, she would have been invited to their homes. They would have gone to her house. They would have met her children, right? She would have met their family, right? No. You don't have access to any of that because your job is to just do what they want you to do. They'll make you comfortable. They'll pay you what you want. But it's like it's only to use you. And when they're done using you, they dump your ass. Look at even the Taliban. Who made the Taliban? White people. Who made Hamas? White people. Who made ISIS? White people. All these goofy ass, what's it called? How you call them things? Militias and juntas in Latin America. America was paying for that, right? They use you for chaos. And then when they no longer need you, they call you a terrorist. Then they wage a war to kill you. Okay? That's what they do. They are like all these terrorist groups. America created those people. They gave them money. They gave them weapons. They gave them legitimacy. And when they no longer need those people, then they start to call the people terrorists. You understand? That's why you never, ever in your mind, you never, ever in your life agree to do the dirty work of white people. They want something done, let them do it. Get somebody else to do it. Okay? I'm like, child. Okay? No. Exactly. And that's why he's so mad. Ben is so mad. That's why he came out with the whole video about, President Trump should pardon Derek Chauvin because he was trying to get his views up. You know, it didn't really take. It didn't take because it's like you can only troll people for so much. And after that, then what? Right? Like, who cares? That's all he got. Trolling black people. I'm like, oh, we should pardon Derek Chauvin. Okay, we should pardon Hamas. Next. Like, he swears he can't be trolled. We know he's sensitive. All you have to say is, I support Hamas. He'll cry. He will cry. He'll cry for weeks. He'll cry for days. Because he's a little puss. Only a weak-ass man needs to troll to get views. Man talk about he went to Harvard. Don't know how to get views without trolling black people. That is so pathetic. They're weak. And you start to realize you got to be a weak-ass little bee to be a racist, right? It's weak energy. You have to be weak. It is such a weak thing. Oh, I hate someone because of their complexion. I hate somebody because of the yarmulke. How that make you feel? Goofy shit. Just a bunch of goofy shit. They're all a bunch of goofy ass people. Stupid tent like this. Like this stupid little tent. This stupid ass tent. This goofy ass tent right here. Like, what is this? Like, and you act as if he took their food. He didn't even take your food. He was just standing there because it was raining, doing too damn much. They sure will kill his ass. They sure will kill his ass. Or even if he's not black, let's say his nose is too long, or like his nose is like, with the little hump. They're like, oh, he's a terrorist. Muhammad. Okay? Let Jesus show up with olive skin and a bump in the nose. They're going to think he's a terrorist. Okay? They're going to shoot this man. Kill this man all over again. Okay? Hey, Babel, what's up? Foolishness. See all kinds of foolishness. So that's why I'm like, April, like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what is she talking about? Hold on. Oh, you guys, hold on. Wait a minute. Play with me, get cussed out. I'm not the one. I do my YouTube stuff for fun. I ain't trying to be rich. I ain't trying to be famous. Don't play with me.
Situation is jacked up and something's wrong with us when the first thing we want to do is racialize it, right? We want to make it about ethnicity versus making this about this is what happens when you live in a sin-sick world and the heart of mankind, which is deceitful and desperately wicked, makes poor choices.
Exactly. So why don't you see the white boy as why don't you see the white boy as having a heart that's like desperately wicked? It's raining. This is a track meet. Like I said yesterday, this is a track meet at a school. You're all students. You all have the same age. You're there to compete. Where is the sportsmanship? It's a raining. What is the big deal if he stays under the tent? I am still waiting for an answer. And it's funny how these white folks didn't answer me yesterday. Okay. Where's Don't Told You When I Need a White Man in My Chat? Right. And it's funny how they didn't answer me yesterday. What is the big deal if this boy stays under the tent while it's raining? Yeah, of course. Hey, Kevin, you're back. Of course. I'm like, Jesus, either he's black or he looks Arab, right? If he's black, oh, they're gonna kill his ass. If he looks Arab, oh yeah, they're gonna shoot his ass. He gonna be like shalom, because they're gonna think he's trying to say assalamu alaikum. Because you know how like shalom kind of sounds like assalamu alaikum, right? They're gonna kill that man. Okay, they're gonna kill that man because in their head, Jesus is he's white, he's blonde, he has blue eyes, he has the little tiny ass lying lips of a white woman, right? That's what they have in their mind. I don't know, because I don't know what they think this is. Did you read the Bible? Okay. So, like, make it make sense. Yeah, she does too much. I'm like, you got to see it from both sides. Did you even take the time? Cause I don't know, maybe because she grew up in New York, I don't know. But I do feel like, I think also like some black content creators who are conservatives, I do wonder if they were not bullied by black people. Because sometimes it feels like they make their content out of resentment. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're just a conservative because you think it's the right thing to be a conservative, or if you are a Christian, whatever, you should always look at everything from both sides. Because like I said, me, when I first heard this, I was very confused. I'm like, because they said, oh, he was under the wrong tent. So I said, oh, Karmelo, why are you there? I was really confused. Like, why is he there? So when I heard, oh, he was there, they asked him to move, and then he stabbed them. I'm like, what? This is a lot. It's a lot. It's not until I took the time to sit down yesterday. That's why yesterday I dedicated the entire stream to that, right? But so when Brandon said it was raining, I was like, oh, so that's why he was there. You know, because when you hear, oh, he was under the wrong tent, and then they asked him to leave, and then he stabbed someone, it does come off like, okay, is this boy unhinged? Is he on drugs? Because it's too much. People ask you to leave and you start stabbing people, it's a lot, right? So I was like, why was he there in the first place? So I didn't get that part. It's not until yesterday when Brandon said it was raining. I said, oh, but now I understand it. You're giving me better context. So now I know why he's there. Because I was like, what? Why is he there? Because it's raining. And from what I heard, one coach said to him, he could wait there. So I'm like, okay. So if it's raining, why he can't wait until why does it bother you that he's there? Because I'm sure you can see it's raining, right? You can feel the water, right? So this boy, Austin, why does he feel like this boy has to leave right now? Why does he have to leave right now if it's raining? And he kept touching him on multiple occasions. So it's not like, oh, he walked up and he was like, oh, do you mind leaving our tent right now? That's not the energy. Let's stop acting funny. Let's stop acting stupid. That's not the energy. Because if somebody gonna walk up to you, oh, hey, do you mind leaving? And you said no, it's okay. Then they just grab your bag and throw your bag into the rain. So his energy was already off. He was already on 9. He was about like maybe a 7 or 8. And when the boy said he ain't moving, he went to a 10. Because why would you grab somebody's book bag and throw their bag into the rain? I have questions. Okay, I have questions now. All right. Why? Now, if you throw somebody's stuff in the rain, you're asking for trouble. Right? You're trying to start some shit. Because how would you feel if I grabbed your shit and I threw your shit in the rain? How'd that make you feel? So like you're antagonizing people. You're bullying people. You're doing too much. Like what the heck? For a goofy ass, floppy ass tent? He's a damn bully. And you want me to believe that his twin was not behind him? Like, yeah, I got you, brother. Okay? His twin was right behind him to apply pressure. We're not stupid. We're not dumb. Like, what would you think of so? Right? And I'm like, and there's no time, right? Because but it's not funny though, Thomas. It's not funny. It's not funny. You don't just grab people's bag and throw their bag in the rain. You don't do stuff like this. You don't even know what he has in there. He could have his computer in there. He could have his phone in there. He could have his clothes in there. Some people are homeless. There are a bunch of high school people who go through stuff. You don't know people's story. You don't know their story. You don't just grab somebody's property and then throw their property into the fucking rain. Like, who behaves like this? Who does this? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like who the fuck does this? It's freaking raining. Why does he have to leave? And that's for anybody. Well, everybody's at a track meet. It's a bunch of students. Y'all a bunch of young people. You're there to compete. Where's the sportsmanship? If you're under his tent, he's under your tent. It's raining. What is the big deal? Once it clears up, everybody can go to their respective tent. What is the problem? What's the problem? Well, like, why does it have to be, oh, you got to go, you got to go? For what? Was he stealing? Did he steal from anybody? When they grabbed his book bag, did they see anybody's personal property in his book bag? Did he harass anybody? Was he playing his music loudly? Did he touch any girl? Did he try to flirt with anybody? No, they're not mentioning anything. He didn't bother people. So then how are we not supposed to see this as racism? What is this? So God forbid a black child says, hey, I'm going to go sit right there and there's a bunch of white people. God forbid it's the wrong tent. It's a tent of white people. They're going to come bully you, grab your book bag, throw your stuff into the rain. Like, what is this? And so, so then how are we not going to make this about race? How are we not going to make this about race? Because me, I could never. Even my child, even my son does that to another child. Black, white, I don't care. If it's raining and a young man needs to sit with us, we'll let the young man sit with us. As long as he's not doing anything weird, he can sit. What is the problem? And I'm like, all these people there, all the parents, all the coaches, y'all supposed to bring all these kids together. Like, what is going on? Like, this is just too much. It's to me, it's like it's just too much. Oh, he was under the wrong tent, And so that's the reason to do all this. It's raining. I'm like, these goofy ass $100 tent from Walmart. This is nothing that serious. Let the boy sit there. Now, if the rain clears and you ask him to leave, he don't want to leave. Now that's a little different. But it's raining. What is the problem? I'm really trying to understand. Why can't a black boy sit with a team of white players while it's raining? I'm truly trying to understand. When the entire arena, the entire stadium, whatever, it's at a public school. It's at a public school. This is public school property. The benches, the bleachers, they don't belong to anybody. Don't belong to anybody. This is public property. It's school property. All these bleachers don't belong to nobody. His family didn't pay for it. Anthony's family didn't pay for it. So like, what's the big deal? Like, truly, what is the big deal? What is the big deal? I mean, like that. I'm like, to me, it's so crazy. So God forbid. I'm like, even me, I'm like, that's crazy, huh? God forbid. So what about if you go to a game and you sit at the wrong place and you happen to accidentally sit in a white person's seat? They gonna come and jump your ass? My God. They're gonna be, oh, you know what? Can you please go like calmly? They're gonna ask you calmly. It's gonna turn to the whole KKK. Like, what is this? Oh my Lord. This is crazy. How can we move forward as a country when a black child can't even sit under a tent full of white people? My God. It's so damn embarrassing. How are white people not embarrassed? How are white people not embarrassed? In 2025, they haven't raised their children to be okay with one black child sitting with them while it rains. Seriously? But black people are the problem. Are you kidding me? Are people seriously kidding me? A goofy ass tent like this. It's one thing if you paid to go to like, what's it called? To go to a Taylor Swift and you bought like it's a $20,000 section, or you paid to go to a Beyonce concert and it's a $20,000 section. I understand why you would be upset that somebody's in your space or in your zone because you paid 20 grand to be here. I get that. You paid money to be there. But that goofy ass track meet, Lord Jesus. Okay? But at this goofy ass track meet, nobody paid for this. And that goes both ways. That truly goes both ways, right? Even me, it goes both ways. It's embarrassing that a white kid cannot see a black child seek refuge under his tent while it's raining without being triggered in 2025. It's sad. Right, this is the kind of shit you expect this behavior from like the 1900s white people, like the 1910, the 1800s. You expect that kind of behavior from a white child. Oh, God forbid a black person touches me. God forbid a black person looks at me. God forbid a black person sits next to me. We expect this goofy ass racist, archaic behavior to stay in the past. We are in 2025. What's the big deal if a black child sits next to y'all while it's raining? What is the big deal? when nobody paid for this. This is not a club section. It's not a Beyonce section. It's not a Taylor Swift section where you pay $20,000, you pay $10,000. No, this is free. All these sections are free. Everything here is free. It's free. It's free. He didn't take nothing from y'all. He didn't take nothing from these people. He never stole from these white people. He didn't take nothing from these white people. He didn't harass these white people. He didn't bother these white people. Austin chose to be triggered. So whose problem is that? If black people trigger you, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Like, seriously. Okay? If a black person triggers you, whose fault is that? If you choose to consume negative stereotypes about black people, and then when you see black people, you're scared, whose fault is that? Right? It's funny how white people feel as though we also don't see negative stereotypes about them, right? We grew up seeing white people killing black people. We grew up knowing that white people enslaved black people, Thomas, right? I can see you too and be scared of you because everything in the history book tells me your people hate me and someone like you hates me and someone like you used to rape black women. But I have a choice to make. Am I going to judge Thomas based on the stuff from the past, or am I going to actually get to know Thomas? You know what I'm saying? You got to get to know people for who they are in the moment. Get to know the person, right? You're white, I'm black. Ever since you've been on my channel, I've always been nice to you. I don't know personally, but I'm like, hey, you're a person, I'm a person, right? And that's the thing. You have to make an effort to get to know people. If you're a white person, if you're a white person and all you choose to do is consume negative stuff about black people, of course you're going to have anxiety. And of course, he has dreadlocks. Maybe he's a YN. Maybe he wants to hurt me. What the heck? He's at a track meet. At least give him credit. If he's at the track meet, that means he can run. Otherwise, why is he there? Try to get to know him. No, you judge him based on his experience and what you see on TV and what you see on social media. So of course you're triggered. You're triggered. But we have to, everybody can say, I saw this about a white person. I saw this about a black person. Everybody can bring receipt. We can all sit here and bring receipt. A white man can bring receipt. I can bring my receipt. We all have reasons to be afraid of each other. We all do. We all do. But we're in 2025. We got to make a choice. We got to make a choice. Are we going to get to know people for who they are? Or are we just going to start judging people based on who they think they are, based on what they did in the past? It's a choice we got to make. It's a choice we have to make. Okay. Well, I love you back, Thomas. You know I love you, right? You know I love you. You're always really sweet. I really do love you, Thomas. But I'm like, to me, like, it's really triggering. It's really triggering. I'm like, why he can't stay there? Because I was so confused. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And now look at all this, right? It's like it's raining. Let the boy sit. Now, if he's harassing people, that's different. Now I'm like, okay, I understand why Austin wanted him to leave. If he was stealing from people, I'm like, okay, I understand why you had to go. If he went in there playing the music like pow, 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 okay, like you're doing too much. This is too damn loud, right? But if it's like, it's raining, so he's sitting there while it's raining, then he can just sit there. What is the problem? And then also, well, if it's really concerned, if it's really there was exactly, and that's why I told you you're racist. You see? Because you see this? See this? I already told you, you got to work on this. You think it's a joke. You got to work on this, right? So because he's black, automatically he should go to a black tent. You don't see how that makes you racist? So like that's what I'm saying. Even you done told you, you gotta decide. It's crazy how you want socialism, but at the same time you want segregation. What do you want? You believe that all people should have universal health care, but then you want to separate people based on the color of their skin. Like, what is this? Why should the black person say, automatically I need to go to a black tent? Why? Right? Even a white kid. Why, if we're at a track meet, why should the white kid say to himself, I gotta go be with white people? Why? Why? I'm just saying, why? And I'm being so serious, right? If we have to track meet, even a white kid, I don't even want the white child to feel like he has to go to a white tent. No. If you see something you like with these black kids, you feel like you could have a bond with the black kids, come over. What's the problem? Yeah, I'm like, you can be white. You can be white, be part of a team, with white people and not even like those people. But just because you're white and you're part of a team full of white runners, it doesn't mean that you like these white people. Maybe you have nothing in common, because even white people are not a monolith, right? The white kid could be like, oh, you know what? Let's say the white kid's name is Brett, and there's another black boy named Josiah. He could be like, yo, I like his shoes, or I like this and that. Or, oh, you know what? I want to go talk to Josiah. He should feel comfortable. Why should the white kid also be afraid to come next to black people? This is insane. This is crazy. No, go sit down somewhere. Okay? Go sit down somewhere, white man. Go sit down somewhere, right? So my thing is, either way, if a white kid feels like he wants to spend time with black children, he's more than welcome to. Because just because you're white does not mean that you vibe with other white people. Maybe he vibes better with the black children. Knock yourself out. What do I care? Just don't break nothing. Don't mess up me. Young people can hang out. Just don't break the law, because I'll fuck all you up. White kids, black kids, I'll whoop all your asses. Don't mess with me, right? You understand? Right? That's the thing. If a black kid also says, hey, I want to go spend time with these white kids because maybe they're playing Ellen, what's her name? Morris said, right? Maybe they're playing, I don't know. Oh, Nickelback. I used to love Nickelback, right? Oh Lord, Nickelback is my jam, right? The white people, oh my God, the black people, oh, they're playing Nickelback. I like Nickelback. I don't like rap music. Every black person does not like rap music. There are black people who love soft rock. Like me, you play Nickelback. Oh my gosh, I love Nickelback. I'm going over there. Okay, it could be a thing. The black kid could say, you know what? I like these white kids. I want to hang out with the white kids because I like the music to listen to. Cool. That's how we should live. Go where there's a vibe. But I would never want a black kid to say, oh, my tent is over there. This white tent is closer. But if I go with the white people, I'm not going to be safe. That's crazy. I will never want a white kid to say, oh, wow, the black tent is right here. The white tent is over there. But if I go next to these black people, they're going to whoop my ass because I'm what? This is sick as hell. This is sick. This is sick. This is really sick. This is sick. This is sick. Like this to me, this is just so sick. Nobody should say, oh, the only place I am safe is if I hang out with people who look like me. That is just oh my gosh, that is just so damn racist. And I'm like, we gotta decide what kind of world we want. We really do, right? But we can all be friends. Like, you know, I'm so serious. We could all be friends. People gotta choose to be friends. We could all be friends, though. Exactly. It's so disgusting to me. Right? Oh, or like there's a Mexican kid. He's like, oh, the black tent is here, the white tent is here, but the Mexican tent is all the way over there. So he got to walk in the rain because if he stops with black people, they're going to fuck him up. He stops with the white people, they're going to fuck him up. He got to walk to get to the Mexican tent. That is ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. If the Mexican kid wants to stop and be with the black kids, let him be. If he likes them, he can stay. If he wants to go with the white kids, he can stay there too. If he wants to go back to his people, he can stay, right? Because the thing that should get you in, what should get you in is that you are well-behaved. If you're well-behaved and you're respectful, you can kick it. It's not a problem. It really is not a problem, right? It's not a problem. You see me, I was a teacher at one time because I was teaching French, right, in New Orleans. And I had all kinds of stuff. I had black students, I had white students, right? I had Latina students. They all love me. Right? Because to me, these are children. You know? I even had one baby, he was white, and his parents were divorced. And it was really, really affecting him. Right? I would spend time with the baby boy because I knew he was hurting. You understand? Like that's just so crazy to me. And I hate that. Today you have white children who hate themselves because they think, oh, every time somebody sees me, they think I'm racist. You know? So you see a lot of these white kids, they try to act black and act crazy because they want to be accepted. You got black kids also who think, oh, these white kids, they hate me because I'm black. This is awful. This is awful. You have Mexican kids also who hate themselves. We got to stop doing this. To me, this is really, really disturbing. This is extremely disturbing. Nobody should only feel safe with people who have my complexion. You should feel safe with like-minded people. Hey, if they're nice, they're respectful, y'all could be friends. Get to know each other. Okay? Oh, you, Aaron, be quiet. You do too much. And you think every Mexican gets along? Make it make sense. You think every Mexican gets along? You think every white person gets along? You think every Arab gets along? People don't get along. It happens. It happens. That's it. But every Mexican gets along, and that's why you have some Mexicans voting for Trump. You have other Mexicans who voted for Kamala. They don't get along. It happens because people have their personal interest. Okay, it's a real thing. So stop repeating the stuff you see these goofy ass YouTubers, black YouTubers say on social media. Everybody doesn't always get along. Even in a family, you could have a family, 2 parents. Everybody has the same mom, the same dad, and you will still have dissension. Like you'll still have issues, right? Because people have to make a choice to get along. And unfortunately, everywhere you go, there's always somebody who's immature. So, no, it doesn't give us any bad name. They can go both ways, right? Because you could also say that Austin gives white people a bad name. Make it make sense. To me, it goes both ways. So it's like, this is why it's so sad. This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. But I'm like, people have to learn to keep their hands to themselves. Don't put your hands on people. Oh, there are a lot of Mexicans who support killing people. You guys are known for cartels. You are known for cartels. You're known for kidnappings. You're known for killing people. Okay? Mexicans are known for kidnappings. Mexicans are known for killing people. Mexicans are known for selling people across the border. Okay? You're known for cartels. So how can you people be like the hub of narco traffickers and not be known for killing? Make it make sense, right? You're also known for bringing fentanyl into America. Okay? So let's not go there. Okay? Let's not go there. Anybody, what's that place in Texas that's so close to Mexico? Libero, what's it called? Exactly. Cartels are bad. So should we judge every Mexican because we see cartels on TV? No, that's not fair. That's not fair. I'm just saying, like, there's a place in Mexico. I was watching that stuff recently. It's at the border. Because the border is wide open, but people don't cross because they say, oh, if you go to that side of Mexico, you'll get kidnapped. I say get kidnapped. Right? They kidnap people. The cartels in Mexico, they kidnap people, they torture people, they kill people, and they kill other Mexicans. It's sad. It's really sad. But you can't use that as an insult because it's sad. It's really sad. All these cartels got to go. Okay? Oh, I watched this. Oh my gosh, I don't know. See if I can find the video. Hold on. So I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, Laredo. Okay. Yeah. You see? I was watching this video by Nick Johnson.
Compare Laredo to McAllen, which is a beautiful border town. Not one empty store. You can't even get a location. Here downtown, if you count, you have 187 empty stores. And I counted that. Why? Because these head politicians, they're enemies of small business. They do not support small businesses. That's why I say they don't have a brain of a taco. I mean, I love taco. My wife's Mexican, but these guys.
I think it's right here. Hold on.
No fence. No border fence at all. Don't do this at home. Don't come down here thinking you're going to climb over.
Look.
That's the Rio Grande River down there.
That's crazy.
That's Mexico on the other side, and there's no wall.
Wow.
This is, you can see the cactus we're on. So this is actually a very safe, we're in the Laredo.
Yeah, he's hurt. We get that. I get that part. He's hurt. He's hurt. So, he's hurt. His child is dead, and he's 17. He's hurt. He's hurting. No, Laredo. We don't support the Mexican killers. Y'all support. No, you do support killers. You have to be honest. You do support killers. If your country did not support killers, narco traffickers would not be running the country. Mexico is a narco state, right? Your president, your current president, the lady, she was chosen by the narco state, right? Her campaign was funded by the narcos. So you do support an entire country that is ran by narcos. Oh, you definitely support killers. Make it make sense, Aaron. Make it make sense, okay? You definitely do.
Barrio behind me, and it's actually super safe. You can see this chart. It's the 7th safest city in the country. And you want to know why? Because all around are federal agents and Border Patrol and FBI and all the other important people that wear badges right over here and everywhere. So no one's going to commit any crimes. And you can see right here, I mean, this is probably a quarter mile from downtown Laredo. There is no border wall. That's just the Rio Grande kind of basin right there. And people will run over from Mexico, apparently, and cross the river and run up here, I guess, because it happens a lot.
Wow.
So I don't think it's going to happen right now because we changed the way we're doing things. Thank you, Trump, for doing that.
Wow.
But it's super dangerous over there. That is Nuevo Laredo. The cartel is thick over there. I had 2 people tell me today, don't go over there. If you do go over there, get your pharmacy stuff, get your tacos, get your cavities filled, and come back. Because if you get too far over there, the cartel will grab you and ask for money. And if you don't have it, then they'll kidnap you. And I guess I learned that I heard that the local teens from this part of Texas used to actually cross over to Mexico all the time when they were in high school because they don't enforce drinking over there. But the kids don't go over there and drink anymore because they'll get their hands chopped off or they'll get kidnapped. So
not the kidnapping. Okay, so is Mexico ran by cartels? Yes, it is. So y'all do support killers. They're all over the place. They run that place. They kidnap people. They kill people. They torture people. Right? They do all kinds of foolishness. And the government does nothing to stop these people because the government is in bed with the narcos. Yes.
So if I wanted to cross over, I was told, don't go over there. You're going to get kidnapped. You're going to get grabbed. They're going to mess with you. They're going to think you have money because you're a white boy.
Well,
is that true? Should I mean.
Well, I myself, I'm from I don't cross. I don't cross the border because it's been known for that to happen. Especially happened to me, like you all said, white boy, with a nice, beautiful white lady. All right, that I'm from over there, but I'm.
If you go to Mexico and you're white, you're more likely to get preyed on. You see this? Ooh, well. Okay. If they think you're a white boy, they're gonna take your ass. They're gonna kidnap you. Okay. So it's not even safe for white people. My Lord.
I kind of walk empty, and I got a little money in my pocket all the time, and I'm nice looking. No, they like to stock upon people, and it's been known that what you say has happened. Yes.
Yeah. This is like the cartel grab you and then held you for hands for.
It's very common to be kidnapped.
Kidnapped for money.
Yes, for money.
Yeah.
And most people do not have the money to get that person back to safety.
Yeah. How much would they ask? How much do they ask?
No
for?
telling.
No.
It could be a few $100,000 or a couple of million or 2,000 or $50. It could be anything.
I think $50 for you.
Yeah, $50 for me. Maybe a Mappy T-shirt.
I think they might just give you back because you would probably annoy them.
I would just talk their ear off and they'd be like,
You'd ask way too many questions.
Yeah, can I get some more tacos? Maybe they would want my Trump shoes. It's not as safe as it used to be here, though. There's been a lot of stash house busts here lately.
Uh-oh.
A stash house is a place that the cartel keeps.
That's my point, Aaron. That is my point, Aaron. The same things you can say about Black people, we can say the same thing about Mexicans. Because we can do the same thing. Trust me. We can do the same thing. And that's why you got to learn to I don't even say, but I don't know if it's racism, but just like y'all learn to not be prejudiced or to not have stereotypes, you gotta also have self-awareness, right? Because whatever you can say about Black people, Aaron, we Black people can say the same thing about Mexicans. You guys have barrios just like we have the hood. You have a bunch of vatos just like we have YNs. You have it all, right? There's an assortment of foolishness and good things when it comes to Mexican people. The same thing goes with Black people, right? But you can't look at a Black person because there's a stab in their curve and be like, oh, Black people are, what you say? We love killers and this, and that, because somebody can say the same thing about Mexicans, right? Oh, he was a thief. We can say the same thing about Mexicans, right? I mean, that's why people gotta be careful. That's why I always say you gotta have self-awareness, right? Because the moment you get ready to defame and slander somebody, make sure your own community is not doing the same thing, right? Right? There are people in Mexico who agree with the foolishness. And then you also have honest, hardworking Mexicans who don't come near this foolishness. But unfortunately, if you're poor, you're more likely to be preyed on by these crazy people, right? You have good Mexican children who are raised right. But unfortunately, peer pressure is a real thing. They find themselves involved in foolishness. The same way we Black people have trap music, there's Mexican trap music. I'm not going to play it because I want a copyright strike. But it's like you can find the same thing. Whatever you can find in the Black community, you can also find the Mexican community. You can find whatever you're looking for, you can find. If you want to see bad in Mexican people, you will see the bad in Mexican people. If you want to see the good in Mexican people, you will also see the good in Mexican people, right? It's a choice. It is a choice, right? But I will repeat again. It's very jarring to hear that somebody got stabbed in the heart. I'm not even gonna lie. Even me, when I heard it, I was like, what the heck? Stabbing in the heart? What is going on? Right? It is a lie. Now, I don't know if it was, oh, here's your heart, pow, I'm gonna stab you in it. Or here's the knife, and then he leaned, so he got stabbed in the heart. I don't even know exactly how the knife ends up in his heart, because that also matters. It also matters, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it also matters, because if the boy if he grabs the knife and his intent is like, I'm going straight for his heart, which I don't believe he meant to do that, because why would he ask if he was okay? If you meant to go for somebody's heart, then you want a person to die. So if I want to kill you, why am I going to ask if you're okay? Right? But he did ask, is he okay? And he asked if it could be considered self-defense. Why would he feel that it could be self-defense? Because maybe he was defending himself. So it's one thing to grab the knife and say, "Pow, I'm going for your heart." That's one thing, right? It's another for people to be fighting. Somebody leans over and they fall on the knife, and when you fall, your heart fell on the knife. That's another thing. We have to you have to wait for the autopsy to see how the heart was struck. Was the heart struck like this, or did he, like, were they fighting and then Austin is over him, so then he leans on the thing, boom, his heart is hit? We don't know. You understand? We don't know. We do not know. So to go straight to, oh, he's black, the white ends and black males are violent and this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, to me this is crazy, right? So why don't you say that the white boy also is violent? Because what happened? You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Because when you have an autopsy too, oh Jesus, when you have an autopsy, then you can see how the heart was struck. You can see how the heart was struck. But they haven't even done an autopsy yet. People act as if they know that the boy, he grabbed the knife and he's like, pow, in his heart. That could have been that. Or it could have been people are fighting over a knife and then boom, you lean over and then the thing goes into your chest. You will see once they do the autopsy how the heart was hit. Then they'll be able to tell you how he was hit. And then you'll even see, and I don't know when people do this. When they do the autopsy and they tell you where the heart was perforated, you will see if Austin was standing straight. You will also be able to see if he was laying on his back and he was going like this. You will see it all. Okay? They can tell all of that. These people are really good, especially Texas. They got money. Okay? These are, how you call it? These forensic people, they're really, really good at their job. They can tell you. That's why even when you stab someone, they can say what degree, if you were standing on top, you were standing below, you want. They can see all of that. They're really good at their job. Then you'll have more context as to how exactly he was stabbed in the heart. Right? So I'm like, that might, to me, it's just so crazy. That's why I think it's very irresponsible for Matt to be like, oh, well, if there's a white person and a black person and one is a victim and one is the assailant, we already know the black person is the assailant. I'm like, what the heck? So you mean to tell me there's never been a white person who struck a black person? Like, be so for real. Like, seriously? You weren't even there. Like, you know all of this, but you're supposed to be so smart. You know all of this, but you weren't even there. Like, make it make sense. Like, seriously, make it make sense, right? But I'm like, in this case, yeah, to me, the way I see it, where I stand, now that I know a bit more, I still want to understand what was so bad that Austin felt as though the boy couldn't just sit there and wait for the rain to die out. I'm still asking, especially if he didn't steal anything. He's not bothering people. He's not being loud. He's not harassing you guys. He didn't take anything from you. So why he can't just sit there and wait for the rain to die down? Why do you feel like you have to evict him out of the tent? If this is not a section at a club. It's not a section at a concert that you paid all this money to be there. If it's a club, I can see, oh, we paid for the section. Why are you here? I get that part, right? People pay a lot of money to have sections at nightclubs. I get that. If it's a concert, people paid their money to have the section to themselves. I understand that. If you go to a game at a stadium and people have their suites, right? People pay a lot of money to have their suites. I get that part. I get that. But when it comes to, sorry guys, when it comes to like having a tent though, at a public school, right? At the track meet, like all these bleachers, this is public property. There ain't no VIP section over here. This is not no goofy ass VIP section. This is open air. This is a track meet at some high school somewhere. These bleachers don't belong to anybody. These sections don't belong to anybody. This is public property. So what's the issue? Like, seriously, what is the issue? Well, you got to leave. Why does he have to leave? And because he doesn't want to leave, you grab his bag and then you throw his bag. What if his computer was in there? Many of these kids, they have MacBooks. What if his MacBook was in there? These are expensive ass computers. Even if his computer was $500, you don't know if he worked for that computer. You don't know if he worked all summer to buy his computer. People have stuff. People put their stuff that matters to them in their book bag. You can't just grab somebody's book bag. Did he grab Austin's book bag? Did he throw Austin's property? Right? Did he take anything off of Austin and throw it into the rain? No. But Austin felt like, oh, it's okay for me to take your stuff and throw your stuff into the rain. Why? Because you're white? Like, I mean, this is crazy. Like, this is really, really crazy to me. Because if it's raining, then I know the book bag was not on the ground. It was on his person. So then he felt comfortable to take the book bag off of his body and then yank the book bag into the rain. Like, seriously? Seriously, though? But the black kid is the problem. The level of aggression, y'all don't, from Austin, that's not being seen. I mean, come on. We have to be serious. We have to be serious. The previous video, what happened to it? Oh, yeah. A part of it was copyrighted. I got to cut that part out. Well, I don't know. Yeah, but maybe, yeah, they have the guns and stuff. But I'm like, it's just like, this is too much. This is really too much. This is just crazy. What is the big deal? Like I said, to me, it's not a section at a club. It's not a section at a fancy concert. It's not even I don't know, like wherever you can buy a section from, right? Even like in Miami sometimes, like if you go to like these fancy hotels in Miami, you can pay to have like your own like little section and they put your little tent and they bring you drinks and stuff. That part too I get because people paid their money, right? If you had, at least like if they have paid money to put their tent there, I can see that. Okay, we pay money for this, like this is our section. But even that, it's raining. What's the problem, right? But I'm like, you didn't pay for nothing. All this is free. This is free. It's public school ground. It's free. It's really free. Even a child could have sat there. If a child was lost and they were looking for their parent and they got scared, they could sit there too. All these bleachers are public property. They don't belong to anybody. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Like, seriously, what's the issue? He stole from you? No. He harassed you? No. Was he loud? No. Was he playing music loudly? No. Did he touch anyone? No. Did he harass anyone? No. Did he make any sexual advances to anybody? No. So then why were you so triggered by his presence? The only black kid, was he the only black kid in here? Yeah. And he's the only one that you asked to leave? Yeah, okay. But we're not supposed to see this as racist. Okay. Like, no, let's not do this. Like, I'm like, you know, this ain't okay. So that's why I'm like, April, I don't even know what, I'm like, what is she even talking about? Like, what is she talking about? Like, what is she even talking about?
Because in an instant, we're driven by the lust of our flesh.
Okay.
And we have anger in our hearts. And we are not filled with the light of Christ.
Okay. So who is that for? Is that for Austin or is that for Karmelo? Because I'm so confused. I am really, really confused.
It's governing all of our thoughts and actions. And so for me, I want to move it aside from these two young men.
Okay.
And I really want to talk to those of us who have to sit and wrestle with this situation.
What are you wrestling for?
We need to have a discussion as to what is going on in our culture that we believe that an appropriate response when someone has wronged you with their words, right? That heinous violence is an appropriate response. Right.
This is what I think also when you're a black person and there's something going on like this with a black person, white person, and it can turn into this like, oh, like this entire OJ situation. I think as a black person, you have a responsibility to do your research before you open your mouth. Because the way she's talking, if somebody is not familiar with this, this is extremely dangerous because she's making it seem like Austin called Karmelo the N-word. And because he was called the N-word, that's why he went straight to his book bag, grabbed the knife and went like, pow. She wasn't even there. But the fact that even like she's so quick to jump to that and to believe that is very sad. From one Black person to another is very sad. Because I do believe, even though sometimes Black people, we can say we do too much. Sure, whatever. But I do believe from one Black person to another, you owe your fellow Black person a chance for them to explain themselves to you. Right? Even if 100 Black people have lied to you before, especially if you're a Christian, even if 100 Black people have disappointed you before, well, you know what I'm saying? You got to work on forgiveness. But my thing is, everybody, you got to allow everybody at least one chance to fuck up. Let that person tell you what happened. Because it's incredibly responsible for a Black woman, especially who has a lot of white followers, to make it seem as though it's as simple as that. The white boy told them to leave, and then he called them the N-word, and then Anthony was so triggered that he couldn't help himself. He had to go grab a knife and stab the boy in the heart. Lord, are you really that slow? Are you really that stupid? Are you that much of an idiot? You know, her and I, one time we got into it because she made a video about voodoo. I don't even know why. And she was like, oh, I didn't even have time to research, but I'm going to talk about it. Oh, yes, I remember. The whole Haitian migrant thing. There you go. Because she was trying to imply, I was like, what the freak? She was trying to imply that the reason why the Haitian migrants in Ohio were eating the geese because they were doing voodoo rituals. I said, oh my Lord. Oh my Jesus. So she was like, yeah, I didn't have time to research this whole voodoo thing, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. And I'm like, what the heck? So you're not going to research, but you're going to talk about it. Right? So she was like, oh, the reason why they're eating the geese and whatever is because since they're Haitian and they do voodoo, so they have to go grab the geese from the water so they can do voodoo. And us said, oh, Jesus. So it never occurred to you that they just want to eat the geese? I'm like, it was so, like, I'm like, this is just so wild to me, right? Haitian people were colonized by French people. I guess they were brought up by the French and they were handled by the French. French people eat duck. It never occurred to her that because Haitian people were oppressed, whatever, about the French, that they also acquired these parts, like those traits of French cuisine. French people eat ducks. Even me, I eat duck. The Chinese eat the duck. So it could never be like, oh, because there are people who speak French or they speak French Creole, they learn from the French to have an appetite for duck. So they're killing the geese because they want to eat the duck. No, of course not. It has to be voodoo. Unbelievable. So we went at it. Oh, y'all, we went because she responded. I said, okay, let's do this. I'm like, you talk a lot about Black women who don't listen. And I am telling you, you're not well informed on voodoo. First of all, you're not even West African. Hey, Ms. V, you're not even West African. I'm West African. So I understand voodoo better than you. And I'm telling you, this has nothing to do with voodoo. It could just be that they want to eat the geese because it's a French thing. Like we eat duck. We even eat the liver. We call it foie gras. We fatten the liver. Like French people fatten the liver of the duck. They even have a festival in France. In the countryside in France, like they have a duck festival because they do all kinds of duck product, right? But even like during especially during like Christmas, from Christmas Eve to like New Year's Day, to New Year's Day, you know, like foie gras, which is the foie gras. Yeah, it's the fat liver. We call it foie gras, right? It's a huge delicacy. Like some of them are expensive. You got the cheap one. You got the most expensive. I'll show you a little clip. They have this. It's like it's kind of like Neiman Marcus. They call it Bon Marché. So they have a few like department stores like that. Galeries Lafayette or Bon Marché. You guys, they bring the most expensive foie gras from all over France. Like it is expensive, but it's so good. We have foie gras. We have caviar. We also have salmon. Like for Christmas and stuff, and for Christmas Eve, Christmas, like French culture, you celebrate Christmas Eve more than Christmas Day. We also celebrate New Year's Eve, so we call it like Saint Sylvester because of the Catholic people. That's Saint Sylvestre, right? So we just eat the duck. It's a real thing. If even pate, we eat pate also. But so it's like if you're not used to it, I can see how you can think it's kind of gross, right? Exactly. We eat pate. We would eat those things. So I'm like, it could just be that the Haitian, and I even told y'all this. I said to me, my people, most of them probably from the village, so they're gonna eat it. All these fancy little ducks, these cute little ducks. Yeah. I'm like, so it never occurred to you that they just want to eat the duck because it's actually really good. Chinese people also eat duck. They do the thing called Peking duck, right? It can be very expensive sometimes, right? Thai people also do duck. They do fried duck, right? That's it. Everything ain't voodoo. She's like, oh, it's the voodoo. It's the voodoo. It's the voodoo. I'm like, what the freak? And then she's trying to make it. I don't know. I don't want to say this, but she was saying other kinds of stuff. So we're back and forth. Like, but you're not even West African. So how can you speak of voodoo? Girl, what? Like, she's from the West Indies, and then her people immigrated to New York. So she's originally originally she's West Indian, but she was born in New York and she was raised in New York, but her people West Indian, right? So I'm like, sis, what? And I think she's Dominican also, if I'm not mistaken. I think her people they're from the Dominican Republic, right? Saying all kinds of foolishness. Oh, the voodoo this, the voodoo that. I'm like, girl, duck is actually really good. Even me, when I go to the Latino market, I buy duck. I love it. It tastes really good, y'all. And it's dark meat. And also, like, most African people of African ancestry, of course, African Americans are African ancestry, but people that are closer, like they're still closer to the African continent, right? They like dark meat. They like dark meat more than white meat. The duck meat is really, really dark. You don't have too much white meat on a duck. It's not like chicken, right? So they like dark meat. They like duck meat. They like fowl, because fowl also has dark meat, because sometimes with chicken has so much white meat. Sometimes it's very hard for the flavor to get through the white meat. It's very, really hard to season chicken, right? Because, I don't know. What did you miss yesterday? No, yesterday the live was here, but I don't think you watched all of it. So we went back, and eventually she apologized. I'm like, cool. I'm like, that's it. But if you're going to make a video about something, if you want to talk about voodoo, because voodoo also, it's a religion. For a lot of Haitian people, it is their religion. So you might say, hey, I'm Christian. To me, it's witchcraft, whatever, sure. But you also got to be mindful that for some people, it is their religion, right? And so if you're not going to take the time to really learn about it, then don't even talk about it. I'm like, the girl was like, she was just going. I'm like, April, are you actually okay? She was like, then she tried to argue with me. But I'm like, but that's exactly what you complain about, that these Black girls don't listen and they're oreshating. I'm like, and you're acting like an oreshating right now. So once I said that, she had to calm down. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with like spiritual, because, but I'm like, what the heck? Like, you think they're killing the ducks and the geese, like, because they're trying to do voodoo? I'm like, oh my Lord, this is just overwhelming. I'm like, this is overwhelming, right? So I'm like, she has a tendency of doing that. And one time she went on a live with my fellow birthday twin, right? With the lead attorney doing all this excessive Christian stuff. And he had to humble her. Like, you do too much, sis. And this is why sometimes people don't want to hear this whole Jesus stuff. This is crazy, right? But I'm like, what she's saying is, if you don't know any better, you would think that the boy, Austin, asked Karmelo to move. And then in the Malay, he called them the N-word. And then Austin and Karmelo just couldn't control himself because he was so triggered by the N-word that he goes into the book bag and he grabs the bag and then he just stabs the boy in the heart. That's why she said, oh my gosh, it's so heinous. It's so heinous. And she doesn't say, but why does the boy have to move? That's why I said yesterday. Why does he have to move? If it's raining, what is the rush? And on top of that, this is public property. It's school ground. Nobody paid for a section. You didn't pay for this section. You didn't pay for the section. And like I said, if you had paid for a section, I understand why you want someone to move, even if it's raining, because you paid for your section. But even that too, I do believe that you can use discretion and understand that the weather is not good. So, okay, sure, you can stay here, but don't touch my drinks now. Child, y'all do too much, right? But it's not even a paid section. These are just bleachers on public property. It's a school property. These bleachers were paid by taxpayers. Your daddy didn't pay for them bleachers. So what's the problem, right? And he touched him multiple times. And he said, stop touching me, stop touching me. The boy keeps touching him. I even think there's one point where Austin punched him. That's why I'm saying she didn't do her homework. She's just reacting because she consumed a lot of content Because I really don't get this part. So many of these people are triggered because Black people decided to raise money for the boy. But I'm like, does raising money for the boy mean that people are saying, oh, it's okay to stab somebody? Like, what the heck? I'm sure you have, and I said this yesterday, I am sure that you do have some bigoted Black people who are like, okay, that's payback for slavery. I'm not going to sit here and act stupid or gaslight people. I'm sure those people do exist. But I also do believe that the vast majority of people believe it was self-defense. And we'll see with the autopsy. And I also do believe that the vast majority of people, including myself, what I said yesterday is that I believe that Karmelo, even if he did this intentionally, he has the right to a defense. It's in the Constitution, right? You have the right to an attorney. That's part of your Miranda rights. If you cannot afford one, one will be given to you by the law, by the court of law. Cool. If Black people are saying that's our nephew and we want nephew to have money for his legal fees, because first of all, his bail is at $1 million. His bond is $1 million. So he needs 100,000 to get out. If Black people want to put up the money for the young man to get out so he can work on his defense, what is it to you? I don't understand that. Especially for somebody who claims to be such a Christian. You see, when we look at the life of Jesus, right? I mean, I feel like if we're saying that white tent only, Black tent only, like you said earlier, that's racism. That's segregation. Like, to me, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Even one time, was it like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, whatever. I take so much time to get on the Stairmaster, but I was working out. This white boy got next to me. He didn't even bring a towel. He didn't even bring no water. And he's going so hard on the Stairmaster. So I had to get up because I touched something. So I had to get up and get down, get the man to come help me. And I saw how much he was sweating. I got him some towels because he was sweating. I was like, here, I got you some towels. He said, oh, thank you. You know what I mean? There's another white boy. He's on the Stairmaster. Like, he don't come off. Like, I'm talking like speed 10. He's just like casually strolling on the Stairmaster. And I'm like, wow, you're so strong. How do you do this? Like, I'm always in awe of him, right? I can't sit and like, yeah, sometimes white people collectively get on my nerves though. But when I'm outside, I don't put that on every single white person. If I like you, I like you. If you do something cool, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. If you're sitting next to me and you're sweating, if I have some paper towels, I'll give it to you. I even had extra water. I thought, oh, do you want the water? He said, no. I said, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, even you're white. You get on my nerves. Sometimes I think you're racist, but I've never blocked you, friend, right? I still think of you as a friend, even though you're racist, but I'm still working on your ass. But I just feel like, you know what I mean? People gotta stop doing this. You know? That's crazy to me. But the young man, he has the right to have an attorney. If Black people are saying wrong, right, and different, we still want this young man, right, to have the best attorney possible. Why are you triggered? As a Christian, even Jesus didn't have a chance to have legal representation, right? Did Jesus have a fair trial? Did Jesus have an attorney present, right? No, he did not. So I just feel like even as a Christian person, no matter how you feel about a situation, because Jesus did not have legal representation, okay? He didn't have any at all. It was a summary execution like that. The people got to decide with there was no due process for Jesus. So I just feel like if you're a Christian, like you of all people, you should always be on the side of no matter what, somebody should have the best lawyer possible, right? And the DA, they're more than welcome to find the best prosecutor also. Nobody's telling the DA to bring somebody lazy. They can find the best prosecution. They can find the best prosecutor. But in America, we have a constitution. And the Constitution, people have the right to legal representation. So if these Black people, because we pay taxes and the government does whatever they want to do, the government, they do whatever they want with our money. Ukraine, they give our money. Israel, they give our money. They're always giving our money to other people. USAID, they take our money, do all kinds of foolishness. You people pay taxes and they have no say-so how their money's being spent. In this circumstance, if Black people say, I want to spend my money this way, it's their pejorative. They have the right, it's their prerogative. They have the right to spend their money how they see fit. Why are you triggered? I really don't get, I truly do not understand why people are triggered, right? If it was her child, even if her child was guilty, she would do everything in her power to get her child the best lawyer possible, right? So getting somebody the best lawyer doesn't mean, oh, I believe you're innocent. You should not face any consequences. Yeah, good job on killing this white boy. It doesn't mean that. And it's not fair to say that every Black person who's giving money is believing that, oh, yeah, that white boy, go ahead and kill him. That's what the ancestors. What the heck? What the freak? That's very sadistic. That's quite sinister. This is insane, right? Me, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. I believe Karmelo should have the best lawyer possible. Because we need to know exactly what happened. How did we get here? We need to know what happened. He's 17 years old. I do want him to have the best one. I told you yesterday. I said donate money. Okay. So I think like so far they have like what? They have so now I said 322,000. Yeah. I hope he gets to 1 million. Whatever. And if there's money left over, use that to help another Black boy. Okay. So what's the problem? Yeah, he needs to have a fair shot in court so we can actually assess the fact, even though Austin is not here to be granted that either. Exactly. Right? We know what happened. Right? We know what happened. And also, I even said this yesterday. Where were the adults? I am so confused. Like, where were the adults? All this is unfolding. Where are the adults? Like, where are the grown people? Where are the coaches? Where are the adults? Yeah. So I'm like, everybody that calls themselves a Christian should believe in legal representation, because Jesus, our Lord and Savior, he didn't have a chance to have a lawyer. He was all by himself. Yeah. We see Black people spending a lot of money on foolishness. So I feel like today, if they want to put money towards something actually meaningful, go ahead and do it. He deserves to have a good lawyer. He deserves to have a great lawyer, because it's very different. Having a public defender versus having like your own lawyer that has a bunch of aides to really, really help you and properly craft your defense to really explain what happened. If Black people want to give it to this boy, good for him. And also the fact that when he was 14, he saved the boy who was drowning. You know, everything you do is a seed. So maybe that's the seed coming back for him. You know what I'm saying? If you put a good seed in the ground, whenever you're in need, it's going to come back to you. So maybe he earned that. Right? Because when he was 14, he saved the boy who was drowning. He saved the little boy. So maybe that was his seed. And today that he's in need and he's drowning in whatever this is, the Black people want to save him too. Right? That's what Jesus says. What you do to whatever you want somebody to do to you, do it to somebody else. He saved a 10-year-old from drowning when he was 14. So today he's 17 and he's drowning. So if the Black people want to rescue him from drowning, he has earned the right to have that. He's earned that privilege. So I'm like, why are you triggered? It's not your money. Why are you triggered? I really don't get that. I'm so confused. Like, why are Black parents? She's a Black mother. Anton is a Black father. Brandon is a Black father, right? I don't understand why any of these Black parents who have children, right, are triggered because this 17-year-old is getting money for his lawyer. Why are they triggered? And this is how, in the words of Charleston White, this kind of wickedness is how people attract curses over themselves. Even me, I have 3 boys. So who am I to say that somebody else's son does not deserve to have a lawyer? Right? Would you wouldn't you want that for your kids? Right? If your son or your daughter got in trouble, wouldn't you want Black people to have to support you? Even if, my mom always said that. When you're a parent, you go, you rescue your child. And then once they're home, you spank them. But outside, you have to save your baby. Got to save your kid. You got to bring your child home. Once you bring your child home, then you can start to hold your child accountable, right? Any Black woman, if her child is in trouble and she says, family, help me, we're going to help her. But when I say, oh, nephew or niece, we agree with your foolishness. But there's a time for that. Right now, the boy needs to get out of jail and he needs to hire a lawyer so they can start working on his defense. This could take 2 years, 3 years. What do I know? He's not going to sit in there for 3 years. If all it takes is money to get him out so he can work on his defense, what's 100,000 to Black people? Make it make sense. Do you know how much money Black people have spent on Beyonce concert? What's 100,000 to Black people? It's nothing to Black people. Okay, so they got the money. Black people have the money. If they want to get their nephew out so he can work on his defense, more power to them. It's their nephew. Why are you triggered? Okay. Like, why are you triggered? I really don't get that part. I'm like, why is she triggered?
Like,
hold on,
this is the second situation in recent history where someone either says something that someone else doesn't like.
Okay.
And instead of us saying, okay, I'm gonna walk away because if I don't, something bad is gonna happen. We respond with violence. We've seen that in the Savannah Craven situation, and now we've seen that in this scuffle or disagreement that has happened between two peers. These individuals are peers.
Okay.
They both were athletes.
Okay.
Words are exchanged. I don't know all the details about.
Why are you talking about it? So if they're both peers and they're both athletes, so then why is he asking his fellow peer to walk in the rain? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, her. I'm like, they do too much. Yes, Mavi. People out here doing too much. Exactly. Never. We cannot do this. That's not possible. You know? And I said the ancestors, they prayed for moments such as these, that Black people will have money for bail. They got the money, y'all. They have the money. So if these Black people are like, okay, we don't want our nephew in there, he gonna come outside and he gonna work on his defense outside. Okay. Why are you triggered? I'm so confused. I'm sure Anton also is triggered, right? I'm like, why are you people triggered? Okay. But why would we let this young man have a public defender? For what reason? Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. Like, what is going on? He's not going to have a public defender. He's going to have his own attorney that has a big team with a bunch of legal aids. And then we're going to pay these people to do their job. And that's it. Right? Black people have money now. The times have changed. They got money. They got money. And who knows? Even like behind the scenes, you might even have Black celebrities. Oh gosh. You might even have Black celebrities who gonna give more money. It's their money. It's their money. They got money for Lambos. They got money for Bentleys. If they want to help this young man, let them do it. Oh, no. I mean, I can put up a flag, but it's not going to be in that type of aid. Okay? No, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy.
Oh, well, there was a phone and this person got a history of this. That's irrelevant. I want to know in that moment, since when do we who are on the outside of this come into a situation and somehow rationalize that stabbing someone in the heart is an appropriate response to words? I don't know. So here's what I will say. I will say that I've observed that within the culture that we are so focused on pronouns and microaggressions and feeling attacked and needing safe spaces that our young people are not learning how to regulate their emotions, and all they know how to do is emote. And when I say our young people, I'm talking about regardless of ethnicity. This is not a Black issue, a white issue. This is a sinful, fallen image bearer issue. And we as the adults need to figure out, why is it that our children do not know what a healthy response is to disagreement? And then also, why is it that we are dropping the ball and allowing our children to respond and emote in their emotions and not teaching them that this is not a healthy way that you deal with conflict? We have adult parents who come up to schools who will make excuses for the bad decisions and the poor behavior of their children. And in turn, you have parents assaulting the teacher. Back in the day, it was not like that. Back in the day, if your teacher called home and said that you did X, Y, and Z, and your mama or your daddy had to come up to that school, the teacher didn't have to worry about the parent coming up there and them getting their heads knocked off. The teacher had confidence that the parent is coming.
But I'm like, what is she even talking about? This is why I say it's very, very irresponsible. It's very dangerous to just comment on stuff without doing your research. That, oh, why are the parents allowing this? Obviously, the parents were not there. Karmelo, I think his family was there. The Metcalf, I don't think their mom and dad were there. That's why I say, where were the adults? These are young people. So, oh, why we allowing? Nobody was allowing anything. It seems as though all these young people were about themselves, right? Oh, we have to know how to respond to conflict. Man, they wouldn't have been a conflict if Austin had minded his business, right? Austin created the conflict. Why is he triggered? I'm still, no, this is too funny. I got to move on with the story, right? There was a, No, it's not GoFundMe, but it's not GoFundMe. It's over here. It's Give, Send, Go. You see this? She's confusing me. Okay. This is it. Give, Send, Go /help Karmelo, right? But I'm like, without Austin create the conflict. If he had minded his business, there wouldn't have been no conflict. So I'm like, to see like, oh, this boy was the black guy was just sitting there starting stuff. He wasn't starting anything. That's why you got to make sure that you do your research, right? Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, it's over here, right? You got to make sure, you really, really have to make sure that you do your research before you speak on things, because otherwise you just sound crazy. You really, really will sound crazy. Image bearer, whatever you're saying, like whatever this is, like who's what? Girl, what? No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. Okay? No, ma'am. If it's raining, you can allow people to seek refuge. It's okay. Like, at least, right? At least if once it stops raining, then you can ask the young man to leave. But until then, it's like, what's the problem? If you're peers, if you're there to run, if you're there to do the whole track stuff, like, what exactly is the problem? Like, I don't understand this. I truly do not understand this. Let me see. Hold on, you guys. Let's see this. Hold on. What is this?
You know, I keep explaining that this is the direction. And it's a direction that has no U-turn. It has no detour. It has no turns at all. It's an irreversible direction, you know? Look, I understand why people simplify things, you know, by thinking that the OCGFC is like some organized cabal. It's not, but I completely understand why it makes it easier to think of them that way. I mean, it might be helpful for understanding in some ways, even though it's not an accurate way of looking at how the highest tiers of the economic, political, and financial hierarchy work. It's not really a cabal. But like, if you think of it as a cabal, you can imagine an OCGFC white paper or a memo about what their plans are, you know, confidential for super rich eyes only or something like that. I mean, you have think tanks, you have organizations like the World Economic Forum and so on. More or less, that's what they do. They're not generally coming up with ideas and strategies or anything like that. They just articulate or translate into the language of policy proposals what the OCGFC already intend to do. Think tanks are basically PR firms for the political class. Oh, yeah. Like I was saying the other day, if you were someone from the OCGFC, the A-National OCGFC, and you made an evaluation of America and the global landscape, say 10 years ago in 2015, well, we can imagine what that would look like and what responses you would probably recommend if you were from that group. It's not that hard, really. You know, you'd be sitting in a boardroom looking at macro trends, political forecasts, demographic data, capital returns, and of course, the viability of maintaining control, of sustaining dominance without destabilizing your own structures. You know, you'd want to extract, you want to continue growing, but not at the expense of triggering systemic collapse that you can't contain. So you'd analyze America, you know.
We'll be back to him. Let's watch what ABL said for those of you who missed it yesterday.
Was stabbed by 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony at a high school track meet in Texas. Some call this premeditated murder. Some call it self-defense. Let's talk about it.
Oh,
how's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the tragedy that unfolded in Frisco, Texas, at a high school track meet over a seat on the bleachers. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was stabbed to death by 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony. Now, before I begin the video, May Austin rest in peace and prayers out to his family. This is truly a tragedy. And I didn't really want to cover the story because, in my humble opinion, this story is being used in the same way that George Floyd and other situations were used to stoke racial disunity and civil unrest. And I'm not a fan of that. The only reason why I'm doing this video is to give my 2 cents and to provide some clarity. There's been a bunch of fake articles and pages and GoFundMes and narratives and stories that have spread on social media, and people are believing it. It's to the point where somebody called my YouTube show on Saturday night saying that their grandma told them that Karmelo Anthony came into the track meet with a ski mask and stabbed Austin and then ran away. Just
you see, there's foolishness. A ski mask. What the heck? He plays football. You know how some kids, I don't know, what is it, running back? The guy, that's what it is, right? Because I don't know much about football, but you know how some football players also do track? Like, so one season they play football, the next season they'll do track because they run, and that's how they keep their speed, right? And they have this one thing they do, like all these new recruits and stuff. They have a thing they do. They run this race, like you got to run like a 400-yard. Like there's a name for that. I used to love it. You got to run fast. Like these kids, they can run. You got to run. It's 100 yards. Like, yeah, run like super, super fast. So that's what these kids do. One season they play football, the other they run track. I'm like, he's a football player, like a ski mask. What is all this foolishness? These people are just crazy.
Completely fake and made up stories. I wanted to wait a little bit before I gave my 2 cents because I needed more information to figure out what's really going on.
Exactly.
Now, here's my opinion about why this story has become popular. I think a lot of people on the right, on social media, blew the story up because they knew it'd be a thing that got a lot of attention. And they were also trying to prove a narrative about Black violence on white people. Exactly. You can see it right here from Matt Walsh. This is dated April 3rd, which is Thursday, right around the time when the story first started trending. You see what it says right here. If I told you that a young man stabbed another young man to death for telling him that he was in the wrong seat, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and the other Black, and then I asked you to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know.
You see how Matt is intellectually dishonest? Oh, the white boy was stabbed for telling the Black boy that he was in the wrong seat. You see how you see this is and this is a man who calls, this is a man who tells people he's a Christian, and he lies on his Twitter, right? He told them he was in the wrong seat, right? Y'all, here it is. So on these bleachers, they got assigned seats over here. Okay, they got assigned seats right there. What seat? What have you been talking about? Oh, you're in the wrong seat. Where is the seat, sir? Oh, my stuff came cool, right? What are we even talking about? Okay, I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm gonna let Jimmy do it. My bad. Oh, he was in the wrong seat. Where is the seat? Whose seat did it take? Okay. What seat? Like, this is insanity. Oh, yeah. We're giving. Black people got money. Black women have money, okay? They got the money.
Know the answer immediately. Young Black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it. And it's time that we speak honestly about it, or nothing will ever change. That has 19 million views. This kind of stuff is what caused the story to blow up. And it's false because it doesn't have the full story here.
Exactly.
And that is the danger about reporting on things like this without knowing the full story. You're going to push a false narrative, and your narrative becomes the default. Now, let's keep on going here. Here's something else. They're showing pictures of both of the young men, both holding weapons. And I think Karmelo's is an airsoft. They could both have airsofts, but they're saying, oh, it's not the same. How is it different? How is it different? Is the finger too close to the trigger, too much into the guard? I don't understand. It looks like the exact same picture to me. People say they don't see race, but do you really not see race?
Mm-hmm.
Did Karmelo Anthony have any gun violations? Had he been locked up before? I don't really understand. Okay. Now, here is Austin's father saying, hey, please stop the narratives. Please stop with the fake stories. Please stop with the race baiting. This is the father. And I was asking back on April the 3rd, hey, will the father's wishes be respected, or is it more important to score points? Let's watch this, and then we got a lot more videos to get into. This video and everything else will be in the description. If you're a Nazi, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I want to clarify something right off the start, because I've already heard some rumors and gossip. This was not a race thing. And this is not a political thing. Please do not comment if you do not know what happened. Do not turn this into a racial thing. It was not. Do not politicize this. It's not. This is a human being thing. This person made a bad choice, and it affected both his family and my family forever.
This is Jeff Metcalf, Austin's father. So are we going to respect his wishes, or are we going to do whatever because we think we can? Okay, let's keep going here. We got more to get to. This, I believe, is Hunter, Austin's twin brother, who was right there and unfortunately was with him in his last moments. He held him as he died. So really unfortunate. Let's watch this.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track.
Okay.
We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking.
You see this? You see this? You see how he's lying? Hear this boy again. And I want you to see this, right? See this. You see this, right? Have this image in your head while he's talking. Okay? Because his brother, he's not telling the truth, though. He's not telling the truth. Look at this picture right here. Here are the tents, right? Cool. Here are the tents. And also, it was raining. It was raining. Let's go back to the video. All right. Hold up. Wait a minute. I got time today. Okay, let's go.
Our tent at.
Hold on.
Believe is Hunter, Austin's twin brother, who was right there and unfortunately was with him in his last moments. He held him as he died. So really unfortunate. Let's watch this.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track.
Okay. You saw this, right? What did he say? Oh.
This kid was sitting under.
What is that? He was sitting. Right? So is that sitting under our tent? Is that a position that will cause these young people to feel threatened? They're all 17. I'm talking about he's also very skinny. So, and there's two of them. Like there are two. It's twins, right? And other people, I'm sure, right? He's sitting under our tent. So you felt threatened by seeing another 17-year-old sit under your tent? And that's also how he doesn't say, oh, it was raining and he was sitting under our tent. Because then, okay, but if he was sitting there while it's raining, what's the problem? He makes sure not to mention that. Just because his voice is shaky, don't fall for this. Do not fall for this, okay? He was sitting under our tent, okay? You felt threatened by that? You felt like your life was threatened because somebody was sitting under your tent? Did he say, oh, he was yelling at us, he was doing this to us, no, he was sitting under our tent. That's a peaceful disposition. What is the problem? That's what I kept saying yesterday. Like, what's the issue? I'm so confused. So he was sitting under our tent. Y'all, here is the tent. This is the tent. So I don't know if it's the black one, the yellow one, I don't know, but he was sitting there somewhere. Okay, so he's sitting there. All right, what's the problem? Right? Let's proceed. I'm like, these people are crazy. They were truly crazy.
Our tent at track.
Okay.
We asked him to move.
Why? If it's raining, why are you asking to move? Okay.
He started getting aggressive.
So he just started, we asked him to move, and then he just started getting aggressive. This is why I really do believe that so many white kids, they know how to lie. Not just lie to their parents, lie to the world, and they know how to lie and use like stereotypes that people have against Black people to make themselves look innocent. Oh, we just asked him to move, and he started getting aggressive. Is that really what happened? You asked him to move. So this kid was sitting there quietly. You asked him to move, and he just started getting aggressive because you asked him to move. So he started getting aggressive out of nowhere. Just because you asked him to move, he started getting aggressive. Oh, please move around with that. Go feed it to the migrants.
And talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like,
and your brother stepped in. Why does he step in? Who does he think he is? So your brother steps in. So he stepped in calmly, or he stepped in forcefully?
"Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack.
Oh, you see? Oh, well, at least he's honest. What did you say again? Say it again.
Make me move. Also grabbed his backpack.
Sorry, y'all. My bad.
Our tent at track.
Mhm.
We asked him to move.
Mhm.
He started getting aggressive and talking reckless.
Mhm.
And my brother,
okay,
stepped in and said,
he needs to
"You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack. This kid, I try to whip around as fast as I.
You see the part where he said Austin grabbed his backpack? He was like, what? I will get that
kid. I try to whip around as fast as I sitting under our tent at track.
Mhm.
We asked him to move.
Mhm.
He started getting aggressive
Mhm.
and talking reckless.
Mhm.
And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also,
See, okay, you see this? Out of the brother's mouth. You see what the brother said? You see what the brother said? Austin grabbed his backpack. Exactly. Because they want some bullshit. I'm not stupid. You see this? Austin grabbed his backpack. So it goes from the kid is sitting there. They say, oh, we just asked him to move. Child, we not stupid. Austin grabbed. Why do you have to grab his property? You see, and it's raining. You see? So he grabbed the book bag and he throws the book bag in the rain. Just because the kid happened to be sitting under their tent and he doesn't want to move. Why does he not want to move, sir? Because it's raining. So they're going to make it their business to make this boy move in the rain. And if he's not moving, they're going to start throwing his property into the rain. You see that? And because he's white and he has tears and there's, oh, he's this twin brother. Nobody's really sitting here and listening to what he said. He just confessed that his brother grabbed Karmelo's property and threw his property. For what reason? Because he was sitting under our tent. Team too much. That's what I'm saying. These white boys got to learn to regulate their own emotions. What's the problem? They sure did tag this boy. They sure did. That's why he don't want to say too much, because then he knows. He knows. He knows what they did. He was just sitting there. Like all of this because he was sitting right here. Like, what is this? He was sitting under our tent. We asked him to move. He started talking reckless. So my brother grabbed his book bag and then what? And he threw the book bag. Oh, really? Why? Why you throw his stuff? Foolishness. Absolute foolishness. Y'all see this, right? Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. Because I might need this for later. Thank you.
I grabbed his backpack.
Mhm.
This kid, I try to whip around as fast as I.
You see how he stopped? He said the kid. You see? Look, you see how after the backpack, he doesn't look at him looking down. Look at him looking down. You see? Working on his lies. Look at this. You see this? Body language, don't lie. Just like those hips. Anyways, you see how he said the kid after the backpack, he doesn't say, he's oh, the kid, and then he stopped. Then he said, oh, I try to whip. Yeah, sure. He's omitting stuff. I told y'all this yesterday. I said, this boy is omitting stuff.
Make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. This kid, I try to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see.
You didn't see. So you saw all of this, but you didn't see the part where your brother got stabbed. How convenient. How convenient. Okay? You see this? He saw everything. Oh, my brother told him to move. He was talking reckless. My brother grabbed his book bag, right? But everything else, the other part, he didn't see it. Yeah, right. So why didn't you see it? Where was your attention that you didn't see what happened? What grabbed your attention that you didn't see what happened? Oh, please go somewhere.
The stab, but then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So
of course,
that's just what I saw. And I try to help him, but
it was just senseless.
It was.
Lady put the word. You see that the white woman says, "Oh, it was just senseless." Yeah, all this was senseless. Start with the white boy. Go sit down somewhere.
It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone.
So you don't know why a person would stab your brother, but why would you tell another person to leave the tent when it's raining? You see how they are? Racist. This is racism. Well, I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, he's lying. He keeps looking at the ground. Yo, white kids be lying. How many white people, child, how many people have been destroyed because a white child told a lie? Man, please, we're not doing this today. Okay. They sure did put hands on him. They sure did. So he sees everything, but somehow the stabbing part he didn't see. If there's stabbing, there's noise. Like, what is it? A silent stab, a peaceful stab. Somebody got stabbed in the heart. It wasn't quiet. So you didn't see that. What were you looking? Where was your attention? How come you didn't see it? Oh, I tried to. By the time I look, he was getting stabbed. Oh, yeah, right. He was already stabbed. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Go feed that stuff to the migrants. They're waiting at the border. They need some food. Make it make sense. They put hands on him. They put their hands on him. Oh, it was, I don't understand why somebody would do that. I don't understand why somebody is so pressed. I don't understand why somebody is so pressed to have somebody move under a tent that costs $2 at Walmart when it's raining. These are not VIP section at some, like, what's his name? Macklemore, or I don't know, who was out there, child? Travis Scott, Drake, you name it, right? These are not VIP section. These are not VIP sections. Oh, he sure does need the best lawyer. Let me say we're gonna put the money up. That money gonna go up to $500,000. Then the money gonna go up to $1 million. And I'm sure a lot of black celebrities, they're gonna give money behind the scenes. The money shall be raised. The truth will come out. Foolishness. My brother grabbed his bag. Why is your brother grabbing his bag? And you see, he didn't even say. So even if Karmelo was talking reckless, he only started talking reckless after these two white boys accosted him over some foolishness, right? He only started talk reckless after these two white boys accosted him over some foolishness. It's raining. Why are they pressed like this? Why are these boys pressed like this? Then when your brother tried to grab his book bag and throw away his book bag, why don't you say, oh, no, that's too much? Why don't you stop your brother from destroying somebody else's property? Why don't you stop your brother then? Right? No, because they was in on the bullshit. They were in on the bullshit. Menace to society. Please, go feed that to somebody else. Foolishness.
In this world nowadays, how people
look at this.
I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's a
little argument. So if it's a little argument, what will you press? If it's something small, if you asking somebody to move is something small, then why was your brother so pressed? He asked him to move. He don't want to move. Let it go. Like Elsa. Let it go. Let it go. Right? Let it go. If it's something so small, why was your brother pressed? A freaking some goofy ass bleachers at some goofy ass track meet somewhere. You're right. It's something small. And like it's insignificant. Why was your brother so pressed? What was y'all so pressed? Oh, he's sitting under our tent. You're right. It's something small. It's not that deep. He's not staying in your car. He's not staying in your room. He's not staying in your VIP section, right? You're right. It's something small. So why all this energy? Like, why did your brother have to throw away his book bag? And why don't you say, oh, no, don't do that. Like, it's cool. He can stay, whatever. Like, man, F you, man. Whatever. Why do you got to keep applying pressure? Because y'all was tag teaming this boy. You're not stupid. Get out of here with that. I'll see you in court. And make sure you can repeat the same story when I put you on the stand. I'll finish you off. Go play with somebody else. Exactly. It's just so crazy how it's raining and white boys just up and go tell a black boy he has to leave right now in the rain when he's really not bothering anybody. You got to have self-awareness, kiddo. You got to have self-awareness. This is foolishness. Exactly. Same for him. He's a human being. That's why you don't grab people's stuff and treat them like animals. Would you have done that to your dog? If your dog or anybody else's dog was under your tent, would you have told the dog to leave? Probably not. You would have had more compassion for a stranger's dog under your tent than you have for this young black man. Racist. And Karmelo also did stuff for his family. Like, what the heck? Who don't help his family? No, he did a lot for our family. Yeah, so did Karmelo. He even saved the little boy who was 10 years old from drowning when he was 14 years old. Like, what the heck? What the heck? What does protecting your family got to do with this tent? What the heck? What are we talking about? What the heck? Oh shoot, you guys aren't even watching this. Oh my gosh, sorry you guys. Oh my gosh, you watch. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my thing is keep acting stupid. Hold on. Oh yeah, he needs the best lawyer possible. Hold on. Oh please, this is foolishness. Rubbish.
Try that.
It was just senseless.
It was senseless. Were you there, white woman? Were you there? And it's not senseless to just ask somebody to just, you want to just kick somebody out in the rain. That's not senseless. That makes sense to you. That makes sense to you. Foolishness.
It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone.
You also don't know why a person would ask somebody that's sitting there quietly to leave when it's raining just because it happens to be your tent. It could be your tent, but those bleachers don't belong to you. Let's also be so for real, right? This is your tent. Those bleachers, they're not your tent. So let's talk about that part. The bleachers, that's your property, no problem. These bleachers, they don't belong to you. Your daddy didn't pay for the bleachers. Your brother did not pay for them bleachers. Taxpayers pay for those bleachers, right? Those bleachers belong to no one. You brought your tent. You didn't bring the bleachers. Okay? You didn't bring the bleachers. So it's not for you to tell anybody to leave. These are not your bleachers. You didn't pay for this. You did not pay for this. Did these people pay for this? They pay for these bleachers right here? No, you did not. You brought your goofy ass Walmart tent to the event. Okay, that's your tent. These bleachers is public property. Anybody can sit there. And you also, and my thing is do these people, did they even ask for a permit? Do they even have a permit? Do you have a permit to even put your tent there? Make it make sense. Do you even have a permit? Did they apply for a permit to put their tent there? Is this even legal, right? Did you apply for a permit? Because the tent belongs to you. The bleachers do not. Okay? The bleachers do not. The bleachers are public property. Anybody can sit there. Anybody can sit there. Right? Just like you could have paid. If he doesn't, and my thing is also, let me tell you this. If the young boy, if Karmelo does not want to move, these strong ass, muscular ass white boys, they could easily pick up their tent and they can go locate their tent somewhere else. Go place your tent somewhere else. He doesn't have to leave those bleachers. Did you apply for a permit? Do you have a permit to put your tent right here? No. No. Do you have any paperwork that says that you have the right to put your tent there? No. So you can pick up your goofy ass tent, go put it somewhere else. If he wants to sit there, y'all can just pick up your tent and you can go put your tent somewhere else. That's it. You don't have to touch anybody. So if you don't want nobody under your tent, fine. Pick up your tent and go fix your tent somewhere else. But those bleachers, you didn't pay for those bleachers. Your bleachers, these are not private property. They're not your property. These are public school property. They belong to the public. Anybody can sit there. So he had the right to sit there. You don't have a permit for your tent. You didn't buy these bleachers. You didn't buy that section, right? So anybody can sit there. If they don't want to move and you don't want them, you can just pick up your crap, go put your goofy crap somewhere else. Foolishness. Like, what is this? People are insane. They're truly insane. They're really crazy. Hold on. Whatever. Hold on, you guys. Hold on.
Little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like
exactly.
That man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid.
Exactly.
So
was Karmelo. He did a lot for his family. He also did a lot for the community. Okay, he did a lot for Baton Rouge. He saved the life. So whatever your brother did, he did it too. You're not superior. Okay, he also did it. Make it make sense.
Really, really, really sad. And I didn't even want to talk about the story, but because it's all over the place, I had to give my 2 cents because it's so many false and incendiary narratives out there. I wanted to give my 2 cents on the story. Let's watch this right here. This is local news out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Tonight, we have new information from the deadly stabbing at a high school track meet.
Since 5 o'clock, Frisco police released the arrest report that details the moment officers arrived at the scene. The arresting officer writes when he reported.
Let me show you this, guys. Let me show you this quickly. Let me show you what I mean, right? Why I say that. If the boy doesn't want to move, they don't have to touch him. They can just pick up their tent and move their tent somewhere else. Why? You know this happened in China. They were doing construction in China, and this man, they asked to buy his property. He said, no, he doesn't want to move, right? So they couldn't kick him out. So what they do, they built around the man. me show you. Let me show you, right?
You know, when governments and whatever the infrastructure is being built, highways are being built, they have to buy out the people who own the houses where they want to put the highways or relocate them. Yeah. Okay, so there's this owner in China. This has been going on. This battle's been going on for 10 years. This homeowner has absolutely refused to sell their home to the Chinese government. This has been 10 years in the making. So what did the government do? They built the highway around this person's house.
Exactly.
Oh, that's shady. Look at that.
How did they even get into their house?
I don't know. Is this not?
Wow.
This is just, I know. Wow is right. It's obviously one story. It's about 150.
So you see, so what they did is they built around the man's house because he didn't want to move. You understand me, right? Cool. When you look over here, first of all, like I said, they don't have a permit to put their tent. They erected their tent. Cool. The tent is private property. The bleachers are not. Number two, okay, you don't have a permit. Number three, they didn't drill the tent into the ground. That matters, right? You didn't drill the tent into the ground. Oh yeah, you understand me, right? If they had drilled, like, you know, if you said, like, you know, because sometimes you might have events like that. If they drill the tent into the ground, I can see why you could make the argument that he had to be removed because you can't move the tent. My thing is, this tent is foldable. You don't have a permit. You don't own the bleachers, right? And also, you didn't drill the tent into the ground. So let's say Austin doesn't want to move. That's not a problem. You pick up your tent because it's a foldable tent. You don't have to touch it. Because your interest is, I don't want you under my tent. No problem. You can move. Yeah, you can move your tent anywhere else. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say here, right? Because he has the right to sit there. You don't have a permit. And also, it's not private property. You don't have a permit. Like you don't have a permit that says you have this row. Like these rows are dedicated to you. You don't have a permit, right? You're allowed to put your tent there. But just because you're allowed to put your tent there does not mean that you get to patrol who can sit under your tent, because those bleachers do not belong to you. Those bleachers they're public property. Also, you didn't drill your tent into the ground because you don't have a permit, right? So what you can do is you can fold your tent and you can go open your tent somewhere else and he can stay there. Hopefully I'm making sense, right? That's it. That way you can have your tent to yourself and then he's not going to be there. He doesn't have to move. He really does not have to move. That's why I keep telling people, he doesn't have to move, right? Because as somebody who's invited to this track meet, he can sit wherever he wants to. You put your tent there. Okay. But you don't have a permit, right? He was invited to the track meet. He belongs at the track meet, so he can sit wherever he wants. We don't have assigned seats. Hello, somebody. We don't have assigned seats. He can sit wherever you want. You're saying, I don't want him under my tent. Okay, pick up your tent. Go open your tent somewhere else. She said, I pray that black people's heart be so evil. No, but start praying for the Mexicans. Okay, I appreciate your concern. But given that your country is completely plagued by cartels and prostitution and human trafficking, I pray for your own people first. Don't worry about us. Okay? All right. And if you want to pray for black people, also pray for all the black Mexicans that are being abused in Mexico. Start there. All right, Aaron? Good charity, it starts at home. Pray for your own people. Okay? Te amo, mami. Te amo. Gracias. Okay? Anyways, right? You can pick up your tent and you can open your tent somewhere else. Hopefully you get where I'm going with this. You can sit wherever you want. We don't have assigned seating. They don't have numbers. No, like, they don't have numbers. These are just bleachers. And even the bleachers don't even have rows. Because anybody can sit there. That's why a lot of schools too, if you notice, like even regular people can go and run there. Like you can go and run. Like a lot of these high schools, they let random people run. People can go practice there as long as like not during the school hours, whatever. Sometimes it's very open to the public. You can sit there. You can work out there. They don't own any of those bleachers. So you can't tell somebody where to sit. Now, if you don't want them to sit in your tent and they don't want to move, you're more than welcome to pack up your tent and go reopen your tent somewhere else. Just like in China, the man said he's not gonna move. No, maybe they're real prayers. I don't even know what they are. But I'm just saying, good charity starts at home. She needs to pray for her own people first. Because there's too many narcos. It's too much prostitution. It's too many kidnappings, you know. I'm concerned I'm really concerned. I'm so concerned. You know, yeah, I pray for them. They get kidnapped. They get the prostitution. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Okay, mucho triste. So, you know, but thank you though. But start praying for your own people first. Okay, next, right? So, pack your stuff. Yeah, te amo, mami. Te amo. Te amo. Te amo mucho. You see? So, I think it's nice. I think it's sweet. I appreciate your concern, but I just feel like, given the gravity of the state of your country, you know, completely overtaken by narcos. I mean, damn, right? You should start praying for your own people. Mother Mary, light up some candles and pray to her. Pray to Mother Mary. La Madre de Jesús. Por favor, por favor. Pensar a mi gente. Pensar a mi gente. Right? So pray for your people. Okay? Te amo, mami. Te amo. Okay, anyways, right? So I'm like, pack up your thing, move. Take your goofy ass tent somewhere. You can't tell somebody where to sit at a public event. Okay? Of course she is. You cannot tell somebody where to sit at a public event. There's no assigned seating. Nobody paid for tickets to get there. There's no assigned seating. You can sit wherever you want. So if you don't want them under your tent, okay, you don't have a permit, so you pick up your little tent. This is easy to pick up. Them things not easy. Even Stefan can pick this up. Go open your tent somewhere else. Now, if he chases you over there to sit over there, now that's a problem, right? But you have the right to pick up your tent and go. You don't have to touch him. You don't have to touch him. You don't have to grab his stuff. You don't have to grab his stuff. Your stuff is your tent. Grab your stuff, grab your bags, and go. You don't have to touch people, right? But you wanted to touch people because you thought you could, because you sized them up, and he's very skinny, and you people are big. They're bigger than him. They got more meat on their bones, right? You sized them up, and you thought he was a little bitch, so you tried his gangster, right? So there you go. Foolishness. F around and find out. You see, look at this. Look at these little tents. So this is such a big deal like this. Look at these tents, y'all. Look at these flimsy ass tents. And you see, you even have people who have their book bags outside of the tent. Like, this is not a big deal. And this is really not a big deal. But these white boys had to make it a big deal. Unbelievable. They are crazy. They are seriously crazy. Oh, as what? What? Hold on. Say it again. Say it again for the racist people in the back. Or in the front. Say it again. What did he say? So he was just sitting. You see this? I mean, I'm also going to say, oh, no. Oh, gosh. I forget to play this. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Sorry.
And incendiary narratives out there, I wanted to give my 2 cents on the story. Let's watch this right here. This is local news out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Tonight, we have new information from the deadly stabbing at a high school track meet.
Since 5 o'clock, Frisco police released the arrest report that details the moment officers arrived at the scene. The arresting officer writes when he reported he had an alleged suspect. The officer said Karmelo Anthony said he did it. According to the arrest report, the tragic event began with the suspect sitting under a...
What is that? So he was, you see this, you guys? This part, I guess I can give him credit for journalistic honesty. He was just sitting. So he was not assaulting these kids. He was not touching their property. He was not playing music loud. He like, how can anybody be hostile to you just sitting there? Why are you triggered that somebody who doesn't have your complexion is just sitting under a tent? You see, they're saying it. Because you already know, it's white people, right? If he had stolen property, oh, he stole their property, that's why they wanted to leave, right? If he had been loud, they would have said it. If he had played music, oh yeah, he was playing his loud black people music, right? He was just sitting there. The brother even said he was sitting under our tent. The journalist is saying he was sitting under our tent. How is that a crime? Why do you feel threatened by seeing a black boy sitting under your tent? How does that threaten you? How can you feel threatened by somebody just sitting there? I'm so confused. But then again, am I really though? They're racist. They're racist. Right? Like I said, you don't want him sitting there. If he doesn't want to leave, you can just pick up your goofy ass. Look how flimsy they are. Look how flimsy they are. So it don't take much. You and your brother, y'all can just move the tent somewhere else. But of course not. They have to forcefully extract this young black boy. And that's why the brother kept looking at the ground and just talking his little goofy ass lies. Foolishness. There is a God. You have to fear God. And the Bible says, do not bear false witness. Don't bear false witness. Okay? And I think this little boy, Karmelo Anthony, his middle name sincere, Karmelo Sincere Anthony, I think he might have favor. He probably has favor over his life. For some children, they're anointed. Y'all about to find out today. The Bible says, touch not my anointed. Okay? What do you say? I can't see. What do you write? Okay? The Bible says, touch not my anointed. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. No.
Another team's tent as rain fell.
You see? So he was sitting under another team tent as the rain fell. Okay. So you see? Okay. You see this? This says even the white man telling y'all. This is the white man telling y'all. He was sitting under another team tent as the rain fell. So he was just seeking cover. He was seeking cover. And then these two goofy ass white twins decided, oh, he got to go, knowing dang well it's raining. But somehow the black boy is the problem. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Because every time we start to expose white people, you want to distract us. No, we staying right here. We're going to worry about New York City tomorrow, right? Oh, well, the chopper went in the water. Well, it is what it is. I'm sad for the chopper, child. We're going to pray for the people. But I'll get to them tomorrow. You see? Sitting under another team tent as the rain fell. So he was just there because it was raining. He wasn't trying to antagonize these people. He wasn't trying to be mean to these people, right? It was raining. Like, damn. You can't even sit somewhere because it's raining because it happens to belong to white people. Then take your goofy ass tent then. What's the problem? Because they're just mean. They're just a bunch of mean people. Oh, I don't even know why somebody would do that. You know, this world is crazy. Yeah, you are crazy. It's a crazy world when people can't even allow other people to sit under their tent for a few minutes while the rain dies down. Seriously, yeah, you're right. It's a crazy world we live in. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Utter foolishness.
And being told to move.
You see? You see? So sitting under another tin tent as the rain fell and being told to move. And somehow these goofy ass white people, because even me, I'm not from here. I'm from Africa. So I had to learn English. But these goofy ass white people whose English is their first language, their ancestors came from England and Ireland. They don't understand this part, right? And it's like, isn't English like their first language? Isn't English their first? I know I'm from Africa. So I had to learn how to speak English. D'accord. I had to learn. J'ai dû apprendre à parler le français. Parler l'anglais, pardon. Okay? I had to learn how to speak English. English is your first language. So when these goofy ass white people read that the boy was just sitting under another team tent as the rain fell and being told to move, nothing in your heart said, yeah, that's a bit excessive. Why couldn't he sit there? Goofy ass white people. And they want you to believe they're not racist. English is their first language. It was their first language before they came to America, okay? When they were out there in Great Britain, in Ireland, in Scotland, it was their first language. They've always spoken English, right? So this is their English, right? It's their language, right? This is their language. It's not their second, it's their first language. English is their first language. Now, Erin, she speaks Spanish, so I understand why she's dumb, okay? Están en idiota, okay? La mujer en idiota, porque no están en prima lengua, okay? She speaks Spanish, okay? La mujer hablando español, okay? Hablando español, right? See? Okay, no problem, right? That's her language, okay? Like, okay? Segundo lengua is English, right? Primero lengua is what? Español también. Okay, cool. So, Erin, I get why she's slow. You know, está en idiota porque no está en su primera lengua. So, I get that part, right? But these goofy-ass white people from England, Ireland, Scotland, who spoke English way before they came here and committed a genocide on the Native Americans, right? This is their language, right? This is their language, right? It's their first language, right? Sitting under another team tent as the rain fell and being told to move. Why don't these goofy-ass white people say that's excessive? That is excessive. And that goofy-ass April, right? Talk about this and the God bearer and they all shut up, your goofy ass Bible, right? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Why don't people say, you know what? It's also inhumane. It's unkind. This is very unkind. If it's raining, why are you telling the young boy to move? Because white people are racist. I will never stop saying it. Because if they had a modicum of kindness and love in their hearts, they're like, yeah, that's kind of excessive. If it's raining, let the rain die down. And then you can ask the young man to move. Because obviously he's not sitting here because he's trying to troll you or bother you or whatever. But because these white people, they think the worst of black people. Oh, if you let him here, he's going to steal from us. He's going to steal from us. That's what they're really trying to say, right? He can't stay here because he might be a thief. He can't stay here because what? It might be a YN. Well, you FWs, you goofy ass FWs, okay? Make it make sense. It's a track meet. Everybody there's an athlete. They're all there. It's for sports. It's not no foolishness. But even at a track meet, they cannot help themselves but to see you as a YN because they're a bunch of racist people, right? This is English, right? Sitting under another team's tent as the rain fell and being told to move. Eren, what you have? Donde? Ven acá, mami, ven acá. Where's Eren? Donde está Eren? Okay, Eren, ven acá, come over here, ven aquí, come here, ven aquí, come here. Right? Read this. Los palabras. Read these words. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all so like they're so quick to try to position black people as savages. You're the savage. You're the savage. You're the one that's in a hurry to typecast people, to be bigoted, racist, and prejudiced, that you're not even looking at the facts, right? Why does the black boy have to move? Why does he have to move? If it's raining, what's the rush? You're not even going to be running. If it's raining, there's no race. There's no race. It's raining. Who's going to run last week? There's no competition if it's raining. Everything's at a standstill. So what's the problem if that black boy wants to sit there and wait the rain off? What is the problem? What's the problem? Eren, stop praying for black people. Get over here. I need you to read this. Are you still praying for black people? Stop praying. Come read these words. Make it make sense. I'm going to pray for black people. Girl, I'm going to pray for you to learn how to read. How about this? How'd you come to America? Are you even legal here? Eren, do you have your papers? Tiene tu papel? Tiene tu papel? Llamando Tom Homan. Tom Homan está en inmigrante ilegal. Okay? La migra, por favor. Tiene una mujer está ilegal en mi chat on YouTube. Se llamó Eren. ¿Cómo se llama again? Hold on. Por favor. Hold on, señor. Por favor, señor. Se llamó. Oh, where's her name? Oh, she's no longer. Oh, yeah. Eren Rocha. Eren Rocha. Está su nombre. No sabe. Eren, the people want to know. Tiene tu papel. Do you have your papers? Are you here legally? No sabe, señor. No sabe. I don't know. Oh, Eren. Tom Homan is looking for you, okay? Tom Homan is looking for you, Eren. Eren Rocha. Rocha? Sí. Rocha. Eren? Okay, sí. Okay. Gracias. Thank you, Tom Homan. Coming to my chat. You better get these people, Jam. You better get these people. Okay? This is insanity. This is insanity, okay? I got Tom Homan on the line. Y'all know I'm a Trump supporter. You know I'm a Trump supporter and I believe in deportation. I sure do. Okay? I got Tom Homan on speed dial. Don't get deported, mommy. Do not get deported playing with me. Because you can't even read. So are you here legally? How'd you get here? Girl, you came through Chicago, New York, Texas. How'd you get here? It's giving illegal. It's giving illegal. No puede. No, she cannot read. She can't read. I don't know. I think she's here illegally. Eren Rocha. Está su nombre. Yes, sí. Sí, señor. Sí. Oh, well. Well. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm a Trump supporter. Y'all know this, huh? I got Tom Homan on speed dial. Don't play with me. Mess around my comments, get deported. Play me if you want to. Come in this country, can't even read English, but you want to be the black people, Tu papel. Where are your papers at? Foolishness. Anyways, let's carry on. Elena's like, these people are crazy. I will get them deported. I will get these people deported. Okay, Tom Holman, he got space on these flights. He got space. Okay, mucho espacio. There's a lot of space on those planes. Don't play with me. You're gonna end up in El Salvador by tomorrow. Okay, la mañana están en El Salvador. Okay, El Salvador, El Salvador. Okay, prison, the prison. Okay, I always say prison in Spanish. Okay, in El Salvador, mami, están muy peligroso. Están muy peligroso. Is that where you want to go? You better be careful. Don't play with me. You better be careful. Do not play with me. Bastante espacio, mami. Bastante espacio on the airplane. Mucho espacio para la mujer ilegal. Para la mujer ilegal. You stress me out. I will call Tom Holman. He gonna get you, tu mamá, tu papá, tu tío, tu tía, tu novio, tu sobrino, tu sobrina, todos tu gente. Todos tu gente. Fuera. Fuera. Don't mess with me. Okay? She's not ever took Spanish, but I'm saying, I'm like, you're gonna take everybody, your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your female cousin, your boyfriend. Okay? Todo tu gente. Fuera. All your people go. Okay? Don't mess with me. I'm not in the mood. Today is not the day. Yes, yes, yes.
A witness told police Anthony immediately opened his bag and reached in, telling the victim, touch me and see what happens.
Exactly. You see this? You see this? Grabbed his bag. You see? So he gave him a warning. He said, touch me, see what happens. They're doing too much.
When the victim pushed him.
You see? So somebody says, touch me, see what happens, and you keep pushing him after you threw his bag. Unbelievable.
Witnesses say Anthony pulled a knife from the bag and stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest.
Let's pause right here. Now, the news, they're not telling the full story. This is pretty much what happened, but there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more that may add some context, okay? Let's go to People, and we're going to scroll down a little bit in the article. The affidavit also details just how quickly things escalated between Metcalf and Anthony. An eyewitness told police that Metcalf asked Anthony to move from out under the tent that had been set up for members of his high school track team on that field that day. Anthony then reached into his bag, according to the eyewitness, and told Metcalf, touch me and see what happens. The eyewitness said Metcalf touched Anthony, at which time Anthony allegedly told him to punch him and see what happens, according to the affidavit. Metcalf then went to physically move Anthony.
He went to, what gives him the authority to, all of this over a tent, you guys. All of this because do you see all this wahala? Huh? As my people say in proper pidgin, do you see all this wahala over a seat? All it's giving Rosa Parks. White people, it is giving Rosa Parks all over again. Okay, somebody call Outcast. Okay, it's giving Rosa Parks all over again. It's giving Rosa Parks all over again. White people doing too much, always been doing too much over a seat. Oh, Rosa Parks in Aquarius? Well, you know she had time for this foolishness. Okay, let me find out. She got the same birthday as Hunter Biden. February 4th. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy, right? Yes, Maverick. This is giving Rosa Parks all over again. Okay? Yeah. This is giving Rosa Parks all over again because somebody sat under your tent. It is giving Rosa Parks all over again. They're sitting under your tent. Where they're sitting, that is public property. Your tent is private property. Pick up your tent and go somewhere else. Okay? So he has the right not to give up a seat because the bleachers are public property. They don't belong to anybody. They belong to the school, so he can sit wherever he wants because he has the right to be at the track meet. Okay, he has the right to be at the track meet. He can sit wherever he wants to sit. It's a courtesy for him not to sit there if he wants to extend the courtesy to you, but he can sit there. Nobody has assigned seats. You don't even have a permit to erect your tent. It's a courtesy that the school extends to you to put up your tent. It's not private property. Okay, the school ground is for the school, and the kids everybody's allowed to be there. They can sit on those damn goofy bleachers. They don't belong to you. Okay? Make it make sense. I'm like, it's giving Rosa Parks all over again. A seat. Well, you can't sit here. You can't sit here. You can't sit here. You can't sit here. When are white people gonna stop doing this? Okay? Policing where black people sit. Make it make sense. Foolishness. Rosa Parks. Oh, sorry.
Now, this is what it says, right? Anthony then reached into his bag, according to the eyewitness, and told Metcalf, touch me and see what happens. The eyewitness said Metcalf touched Anthony, at which time Anthony allegedly told him to punch him and see what happens, according to the affidavit. Metcalf then went to physically move Anthony, which is when Anthony allegedly pulled a knife out of his bag, stabbed Metcalf in the chest, and fled from the tent.
Okay.
Now, this is what it says right here. Okay, I'll link to it. This is a real thing. Okay, like, I'm not making this up. The local news, I got sources. So look, let me just say this before we get back to the video. I'm sitting under a tent at a high school track meet because it's raining. There's no assigned seats at a high school track meet.
Exactly.
If you come up to me and tell me to move.
You see, there's no assigned seats. Exactly. Because I'm like, y'all, do you guys understand what I'm trying to say here? That was my point earlier, right? Do you guys trying to say, right? The bleachers are public property. It's like somebody saying at a park that, oh, this bench belongs to me. No, it belongs to anybody at the park. Anybody can sit there. It's like somebody saying, oh, like they put something at the bus stop, so it's my seat at the bus stop. It's not your seat. That thing, the bench, it belongs to everybody at the bus stop. It is public property. These bleachers were bought with tax money, right? This is public property. So you can't say, oh, you can't sit here. Yes, you can. The seats are not private property. And also there are no assigned seats. The only private property right here in question is the tent. But the tent also was not drilled into the ground. So you can just pick up your tent, fold your tent, go somewhere. Go somewhere else. Because he doesn't have to move. Doesn't have to move. That's my point. He doesn't have to move because these are bleachers. This is public property. It's like a park. This is public property. Anybody can sit anywhere, to be honest. Right? So instead of trying to move him, move you. Move your tent. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Why does he have to move? The same energy you have to ask him to move, to fight him, to pick his book back, all this energy, you could have just picked up your tent, folded your goofy tent. These tents don't even weigh 30 pounds. You can pick up a 30-pound tent and go move it somewhere else. They're not that heavy. They're not even that heavy. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. So you see, that's why I told you, like, something that, look at this, $99, $137. Even, you see here, you see this? $19, $20. You see? And there's more something like this, right? $20. Hold on, wait a minute. Doesn't this look familiar? You see this? Doesn't this look familiar? $19. So $20. You are tripping over a $20 tie. I even thought it was $100. You see, it's something like this. How much does it weigh? 12 by 12. How much does it weigh? Like, what's the weight of this crap? What is this? Like, what the heck? How much does it weigh? Hold on. Skew. Put up. I don't put the weight. I don't see the weight. But it's not heavy. So if he doesn't want to leave, you see, that's it. Like, it's not serious like that. This is not serious. This ain't serious. Close. Right? It's never that serious. So like, this is what, $20, $40, $40. Like, you are that pressed because somebody is sitting under a $40 tent. Whatever. Of course they're mad because they're racist. They're a bunch of racists. Like, I think these white people, when you're black and you say you're black and conservative and a Trump supporter, they think you should always be on their side and you should always say how bad your people are. You see how sick they are? You are a black person and everything that comes out of your mouth about black people should always be negative. Yeah, you see this? That's why I say white people they're not capable of loving other people. Because how can you expect a black person to always say nothing but negative things about their own people and only say good things about white people? Are you actually okay? Even they themselves as white people, do they only have good things to say about white people? They like every single white person? Can you imagine that? That's why I'm not, these black conservative voices, I don't know how they do it. This is crazy. That's how you make your money. I will never be a slave to white people. That is just disgusting. I'm not doing this. You are insane. You are so insane. I can support Trump. I can be conservative, but I'm fucking with y'all because y'all racist. Get away from me. Insanity. They have no. This is. Stop.
Okay, I found this on the web. For insanity, they have no heart.
Well, girl, talk to you later.
Sitting under a tent at a high school track meet because it's raining. There's no assigned seats at a high school track meet.
Exactly.
If you come up to me and tell me to move, you're trying to bully me.
Exactly.
I say, hey, don't touch me. I'm reaching in the bag. Don't touch me. That's a warning right there. You know I got something, and you probably with your brother, your twin brother, and some other guys. I'm not trying to get beat up, jump. Don't touch me. He touches them. That's strike one. Hey, don't do it again. He does it again. Strike two. Now the fight happens.
Well,
some are going to say, well, look, ABL, don't you think that was over the top? Shouldn't have just been a regular fist fight? Well, we could say that. Sure. We could say it was over the top. Absolutely. But guess what? If you don't touch me, if you respect my wishes to not be touched, then this doesn't happen. As simple as that.
Exactly.
It's very simple. And you know,
again, it means having boundaries. And can white people respect boundaries of other people? Are white people capable of respecting boundaries? Can white people respect boundaries of people they see as not human beings? Right? If you saw a black person as your fellow human being, would you not then be able to respect the boundaries? Unless, like they told Dred Scott, right? You're 3/5 of a human. So what's the 2/5 made of? Animal matter, right? They just can't wait to Dred Scott your ass. Okay, what they told Dred Scott, that he was 3/5 of a human. Okay, so the remainder is what? Animal matter. The 2/5 is what? Beast. These people are crazy as hell. They are crazy. I'm not Dred Scott. I'm full-blown human. Respect my boundaries. Why are you touching this man? And why are you touching his property? And why are you throwing his stuff in the rain? Foolishness. You guys, the more I talk about this, I want Karmelo to walk. I want him to walk. I want him to be found innocent. Self-defense. It's unfortunate the young man had to die, but next time, mind your business. The more I keep covering this, I want him to walk. That fundraiser, let me show you the fundraiser again. It's Give, Send, Go, Help Karmelo, right? There it is. Let me see how much is in there right now. $324. Okay, no problem. We won't keep promoting this. Okay. Well. Okay. Here's the page. It's givesendgo.com. Help Karmelo, right? Give your money, y'all. Exactly. Give the money, y'all. Let's make sure the young man has the best defense possible. He needs to walk. They're going to learn to keep their hands to themselves. They're going to learn. Man, Rosa Parks lived for a moment such as this one. Let's do it.
You know what? I've said the same thing before. Matter of fact, we get back to the video in a minute, but remember this from 2023? I posted this September 30th, 2023. There was a YouTuber who got shot in the mall by a guy because the guy did not like the prank that he was trying to do on him. Let's watch this right quick, and then we're going to get back to the news out there in Dallas-Fort Worth. And I'm going to cut it right when the actual gun comes out, or when the gunshots ring out.
What's that?
When thinking about my twinkle.
No.
When thinking about my twinkle.
Get out of my business, like opposite. Stop.
When thinking about my twinkle.
Stop.
Now, I cut that part out where the gunshot happened, but you can see right here, there's a gun in this man's hand, and he shoots the YouTuber. Now, the YouTuber did live, so shout out to him. But this man has a gun in a shopping mall and produces it and shoots the man. Now, I'm sure a shopping mall is a gun-free zone, right? The same way that a high school track meet might be a knife-free zone. But the guy who did this, the DoorDasher, minding his business with the gun, he did not get locked. He beat that case. It was self-defense. And a lot of the comments under this, you can go to my page right now. I'll put it on my website. You can see the comments of what they say. FAFO, don't harass people. But now I think things are just a tad bit different. Just a tad bit different, but let's get back to the video.
The murder suspect reportedly asked police on the scene if what happened could be considered self-defense and asking if the victim was going to be okay. Maria Guerrero takes a closer look at the case and the grief in Collin County.
facing 5 to 99 years in prison if convicted. Karmelo Anthony no longer appearing as emotional as he did after being arrested in the stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf.
They were twins, identical twins. And his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding. And he died in his brother's arms.
The horrifying scene playing out Wednesday morning during a district track meet with over 100 student athletes participating. Frisco police say Anthony, a Centennial High School student, stabbed Metcalf, a Memorial High School student, during a fight. The victim's family says Anthony was told he was sitting in the wrong spot and that the teens did not know each other.
So that's it. So because you didn't know, he was sitting on the wrong spot and we don't know each other, then get to know him. That's why they ain't got no manners. They're raised out there in the boondocks. They eat possum. You guys, I live in New Orleans, man. You should see these backwards white people, these swamp white people, the Cajun white people. They out there, they live, they're so backwards. They're a bunch of savages. They eat possum, they eat raccoon, they eat raccoons, y'all. They eat raccoons, y'all. They eat possum, they eat all these weird creatures, huh? All the things that God said you shouldn't eat, unkosher meat. They eat all kinds of foolishness, right? You don't know him, they get to know him. You don't know how to say, oh, hi, what's your name? What school you from? Of course not. White children ain't got no fucking manners. They're not raised right. You don't know somebody that get to know him. It's a freaking track meet. You can't say hi. Foolishness. Y'all, donate the money, y'all. We're gonna donate the money. Hold on. Okay, we outside for you, nephew. Your Auntie Marlene's outside. I will carry this on my head. After all, I am African, so that's what we do. We carry stuff on our heads anyway, so whatever. I will carry this on my head. Okay? We got you, nephew. What the heck? We got you, nephew. We outside, nephew. They're not gonna mess up your life, nephew. They're not gonna mess up your life. They're not gonna mess up your life. Ha! They're not gonna mess up your life. God is too good for this. They will not mess up your life. What's this link? What is the link? What is it? Hold on. Y'all give me a second. They're not gonna mess up your life, nephew. They're not gonna mess up your life. They're not gonna mess up your life. Please. The Hunter Biden out here doing all kinds of foolishness. He never put one day in prison. Whatever. All these white kids out here terrorizing humanity, and their rich ass parents get them out. Yeah, right. Yes, Maverick. Your cousin Karmelo, he gonna get that Hunter Biden treatment. Preemptive pardon. You gonna get that pardon. You better talk about it. Donate the money, y'all. Donate the funds. Yes, Mavi. I know that's right. Karmelo, there y'all heard this, right? Y'all heard Maverick? Marvin said Karmelo. Go ahead. They out there, they eat possum, they eat raccoon, they eat snakes, all kinds of nasty stuff. They eat cats. And you know, also like in Marrero, like in the swamp out there in New Orleans, they kill cats for fun. They put them in a bag and they torture animals. They're crazy. They are really, really crazy. Hold on, wait a minute, y'all. Because Fumi sent me something. Hold on. What is this foolishness? Hold on. Fumi sent me this. So I gotta play it. Hold on. Because Fumi wants y'all to see this. Okay? Fumi wants y'all to see this. Because I don't know, it's on Threads. I don't know how to post it here, right? But look at this family. Okay, nephew. All right? The whole family goes to, is that church? Probably, I don't know. Looks like church. Okay, nephew. Looking fresh, nephew. We're not struggling financially. The family got money. 2-parent household. Here's the black father, and here is the black mother. 4 kids. You're blessed, sis. You're blessed. We got you, sis. We got you. This money gonna go up to $1 million. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Jesus. If I have to do a live stream every day for this kid, I will. You people are crazy. Oh, the Lexus. Not the Lexus for the birthday. Right? They mad because that's a rich little black boy. They want this baby to be a YN so badly. No, white people mad. Our ancestors lived for a moment such as this, where little young black boys are gifted Lexuses for their birthday. Oh, he driving a foreign. I know that's right. You better go ahead, black boy. You better go ahead with the Lexus for your birthday. I know you. Ooh, he looking fresh. Oh, he's so cute. Hey, Mello. What's up, Mello boy? What's up, Bobo? Black men are the prize. Black boys are the future. Okay, I know that's right. I know that's right. Okay. Black men are the prize. Black boys are the future. There you go. There you go. Look at this big Wrangler. My little nephew got some money. Look at that big house. Okay, black father. He got a black daddy and he got a black mother. I know that's right. Shout out to the black family. Oh, yes, that's him. Oh, yes, that's him. He got a black father. They wanted this boy to be from a broken home so badly. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, when the stereotypes don't fit, when the prejudice don't stick. Look at my little baby on the honor roll. That's my nephew, y'all. Give the money, y'all. Give the money, y'all. It's some racist white people around. Give the money. Oh, the black family got money for Disney. Okay? They at Disney with the Beats by Dre. Okay? Beats by Dre. We ain't on welfare over here. We don't wait on the government. Okay? We not on welfare. Hold on. I got more pictures. I got more pictures. Shout out to the black family. Shout out to, oh yeah, they wanted him to be a YN so bad. Oh, unfortunately, he's a black boy with a black mother and a black father, living in a fancy house, I might say, stunting on them people, Bobo, okay? And he saves lives. Oh, yes, honey, double stroke, triple stroke. That boy knows how to swim. Since he was 14, he was walking on water like Jesus, saving lives of the 10-year-old. God ain't gonna forget. God ain't gonna forget. Jesus ain't gonna forget. God said, whatever you do for the children, you have done it to him. God ain't gonna forget. God ain't gonna forget. The Lord, he said, he told Hezekiah, remind me what you have done in my house. And we said, Lord, Karmelo saved the children. And the Lord said, nah, no problem. And no problem. He will send Angel Gabriel. He gonna with a good message. He gonna send Archangel Michael to give you the good, to give you the good courage, to give you the sword of truth, Ephesians 6. We outside. He gonna send Archangel Raphael to give you all the healing that you need. He gonna send Archangel Uriel to give you all the money that you need. He gonna send Archangel Cassiel to give you all the funds that you need. You have favor over your life, Karmelo. You are blessed when you go. You're blessed when you return. You will go in that courtroom. You will win. You will walk in the name of Jesus. They don't know yet. We outside. All the praying mothers are outside. All the praying aunties are outside. My Lord will not forsake me. My Lord will not forsake me. You were sitting there innocent like Jesus. You were sitting there innocent like a lamb, and they chose to trigger you. And fortunately, you have more Peter than Jesus in you, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Oh, he deserves a good legal team. Okay. Oh, yes. They are evil. Okay. We're going to give the money. We're going to put this money up. It's going to go up to $1 million. Every day, we're going to put money on this thing. You are crazy. I'm going to text everybody the link. The boy needs some money. These people are insane. They are truly insane. Hold on. I got more pictures to post. Because, you can only do 2 pictures at a time. Hold on. You can only do 5 pictures at a time. Look at this cute little baby. Look at this cute little handsome baby. I know that's right. He driving a Lexus. And you look at it. You press. Look at this. His daddy could buy this tent. Goofy ass people. Goofy ass. Karmelo, we got you, Mello. Don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You understand? Joseph was in the jailhouse, got made away. Don't worry about this. This is small stuff. Don't worry about this. We're going to get you the best lawyer, baby. We're going to get you the best lawyer. They messed with the wrong one. They messed with the right one today. They messed with the right one today. They messed with the right family today. Y'all, we outside. Hold on. Here is the thing. Hold up. Here is the thing. This is it. Foolishness. So it's raining. The boy is just sitting here, and you're so triggered because he's sitting there. So people don't have you can't even extend mercy. You can't even extend hospitality. And this Texas, don't you people have Southern hospitality in Texas? Okay, look at the car. Oh my, look at all these cars. Big cars. Look at the house, y'all. Brick. They don't have that goofy plastic siding. The whole house is bricked up. It's the brick. It's the brick, y'all. Okay? Give the money, y'all. Give the money. There's some racist white people outside. Give the money to the nephew. Okay? Look how cute he is. And he has a job. Okay? Okay? Foolishness. Utter foolishness. Pressed over a tent. Oh, look at him and his daddy. Looking like his daddy, okay? The black boy got a black father. I know that's right. Shout out to the black man. Oh, you see? Community event. Okay, exactly. So what's the big deal? Well, it's a community stuff. Exactly. So you come to a community event and someone can't even sit under your tent while it's raining? Are you serious? Come on. Seriously? It's like even in the rain, these people can't even open their hearts. Even in the rain, they can't even open their hearts. This is wild. This is why. This is, yeah, right. He's a unicorn, right? He's super cute. Mello, what's up, nephew? Shout out to the black man. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here. Black men are the prize. Black boys are the future. Repeat after me. Black men are the prize. Young black men are the future, okay? Nephew, we got you. You're going to be okay. I'm not even worried about this. This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous, okay? Oh, he was sitting in the wrong spot. So because he was sitting in the wrong spot, y'all got to put hands on him? Oh, we didn't even know each other. Okay, you don't know him. Then get to know him. Say hi. You can't say hi. Oh, my name is Austin. My name is so-and-so. What's your name again? What school do you go to? Y'all can't start talking to people like this. Sylvia, where you been, child? You on the UK time. Oh, yeah. It's very extraordinary. And that's why y'all about to see miracles out here. Okay? Nephew, don't worry about it. Don't even be scared in there, child. Peter was in there. Paul was in there. Joseph was in there. That's no problem. That's not a problem. And I hope you find some uncles in there and they look out for you. We're going to get you out. Okay? We're going to get you out. We're going to pay your bond. You coming outside. This is you're going to be back in your bed, back in your shower. You're going to drive your fancy Jeep. You're going to drive your fancy Lexus. We're going to take care of this. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about this. Don't worry about me, boo-boo. Okay? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
18-year-old Austin Metcalf.
They were twins, identical twins.
Yeah.
And his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding. And
He had a brother to hold on to. At least he had a brother to hold on to. Karmelo was there by himself. He was there by himself. At least your son had a brother to hold on to. He was there by himself. Suspicious. Suspicious. At least he had a brother to hold on to. Whatever.
And he died in his brother's arms.
The horrifying scene playing out Wednesday morning during a district.
You see how racist they are? So when these people are evicting a black boy in the rain, that's not horrifying. An innocent boy is just sitting there because it's raining. He's being touched. He's being bullied. They grab his property. They throw his property. And that's not horrifying, right? No, that's normal. This is how they treat black people because they can't wait to Dred Scott your ass. They cannot wait to Dred Scott your ass. Utter foolishness. Not once did they say he was loud. Not once did they say he stole something. Not once did they say he was harassing people. No, he was just sitting there. Rosa Parks is giving Rosa Parks, once again, white people trying to kill a black person for a seat. Unbelievable. Okay? When did this happen? Right? Once again, white people trying to murder a black person behind some seat. A seat. What? It's raining. Womp. Right? Make it make sense. Did you see their house? You see their house? You saw where they live? These poor people, man. They're no more dangerous than trailer park trash. Foolishness. Ain't got no fucking manners.
Participating. Frisco police say Anthony, a Centennial High School student, stabbed Metcalf, a Memorial High School student, during a fight. The victim's family says Anthony was told he was sitting in the wrong spot and that the teens did not know each other.
So because he's sitting in the wrong spot, he has to move him like this. He can't introduce himself. Oh, my name is Austin. What's your name? This is what civilized people do. But then again, I'm talking about white people. So if they were civilized, would they have killed all these Native American people? I guess not. If they were civilized, would they have enslaved people and denied their human rights until 1963? I guess not. If they were civilized, would they have gone and beat up a little black girl in 1975 for trying to go to an all-white school? I guess not. Civility and white people, it don't make one. Asking a white person to be civilized. It's like asking Jesus, I don't know, I guess to be white, it's impossible. He was born in Bethlehem. He was not born in Paris. Okay. He was born in Bethlehem, raised in Egypt. Oh, my Lord. Make it make sense. Civility. I'm asking a white person to be civil. We don't know each other. You don't know how to say, hey, what's up? My name is Austin. What's your name? What school do you go to? Oh, that's cool. Well, once the rain is over, do you mind? Because we got to go over this, and that. Civility. It never gave white, did it? Never gave white. Always violence. Bombing people, raping people, killing people, enslaving people, forcing democracy on people with bombs, throwing nuclear bombs on Japanese people. locking up Japanese Americans for looking different, right? My gosh, civility. What is this? Trail of Tears, killing all these Native American people who were so nice to them, by the way. You know, when they came to America, they know how to do shit. I mean, they're all white. They know how to do shit, right? They came to America. Native American people were nice. They showed these people how to grow corn. They showed these people how to grow the pumpkin. And in return, what they do? The white man put bio agents on blankets, and they gave the Indian people blankets with smallpox. White people. You're nice to these people. You welcome these people. You show these people how to grow food, grow corn, grow pumpkin, how to even raise the turkey. And as a thank you, they give you blankets with smallpox. And they smile and say, oh, look, we want to give this to you because you've been so nice to us. And these unsuspecting, Native American people, oh, that is so nice. Thank you for the blanket. Thank you for the blanket. These poor, unsuspecting Native American people, they took those blankets because they thought they meant well. They're like, oh, well, maybe they're trying to say thank you. They grabbed the blanket. They unfolded the blanket. They put the blanket around their bodies, and little by little, boils, all kinds of stuff started growing on their skin. And these white folks are sitting in the cut just laughing. Unbelievable. These people have a heart, man. They don't. I don't know how they're wired. I truly don't understand how white people. They're so fucking mean. I've told y'all this before. I tell y'all this every day. Even my brother, I pray for him. I really pray that the girl he married, that one day she don't connect to her other side. I really do. Because they scare me. Even all these black girls who are so obsessed with marrying white boys, I pray for their safety. I pray for their safety. Because to believe that something good can come out of these people, good luck. Good luck. Poor people. They trusted these people. And instead, they decimate these people, right? They're so mean. They are so mean. They're just so mean. Look at what they did to these people. Look at what they did to these people to steal their land. To steal that, you see? It's giving Palestine all over. Look at this. Look at this. Look at white people. Look at white people being brutes per usual. They brutalize everybody. You see this? Poor people. Look, the man, the fathers. Look at the man. It's giving the welfare state, where the black man can't have the black men in the house. White people. Look at this woman here with her baby. Confused. White people and their muskets. You see? Agents of chaos. Agents of terror. Wherever they show up, they traumatize people. They're a bunch of bullies. And then they want to sit here about violence. Oh, but black people commit 51% of the homicide. Yeah, because you don't count all the people that you killed, right? Because you would end up at the tribunal in Hague. War crimes against humanity. Okay? Look at what they did to all these people, man. This is so evil. Hold on. Oh, shut up. You be quiet. Every time it comes to exposing your people, you want to start acting funny. No. Look at this. How can you do this to a people? They made them so sick. They're evil. And this is exactly what Netanyahu is doing to the Palestinian people. You see, they're co-signing it. They're giving him the money to do it. You see? Look at this. Look at this. A people who can't share. They cannot share. They don't know how to coexist with other people. You can't live with other people. You can't coexist. Look, people are just dying. People are weeping. Even the horses are sick. Okay? This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do. They cannot share. It's as if they think this whole planet just belongs to them and their dogs. That's it. Them and their dogs. Them and their dogs. Nobody else has the right to enjoy this planet. Nobody else has the right to get rich. Nobody else has the right to make money. Nobody else has the right to get themselves out of poverty. No, they cannot coexist with people. You need to die. Or if you don't die, they have to break you down so bad. Like, you need to be like so subservient. They have to break you down so badly. Right? Yeah, they let me in the U.S. for what purpose? For what purpose? Foolishness. They let me in. Whatever. The foolishness. Utter foolishness. That's sharing. Yeah, right. Sharing what? Foolishness. If it wasn't for Black Americans, I wouldn't be here. So they did what for me. Okay. Black Americans fought so I could come over here and not be on a tree somewhere. Okay. Foolishness. Foolishness. They can never share. Like, what is wrong? Like, what is this? Okay. They don't know each other. Well, then say hi. That's how you get to know people. You say hi. You introduce yourself. You say hi. Hey, my name is so-and-so. My name is Austin. What's your name? What school do you go to? Get to know people. No, he has to go. He has to go because we don't know him. Well, get to know him. Say hi. Say hi. It's not that hard.
Frisco police and the school district declining to provide new information or interviews. The district also not responding to questions raised by a lot of parents about what kind of security these daytime track meets have and whether student athletes' bags are checked.
Now, there's more to this video, but you get the general idea of what's happening here. Again, rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. Prayers out to his family. Prayers out to his twin brother who was right there. But as I close, I want to say this. You cannot put your hands on people. You can't do it. We can say that it was an overreaction, and you're right about that.
No, it's not.
But I was always taught, hey.
You cannot say that they're right for saying it's an overreaction. You were not there. You were not there. You're not in his body. You don't know how you would have felt. So you're not, you cannot say it's an overreaction. You were not there. You were not there. It was not done to you. You're not 17 and you're not in Karmelo's body. So you can't say, oh, they're right to say it's an overreaction. Fuck what they want to say. Nobody gives a fuck. They don't see that their white nephew, him telling a young boy to move in the rain is an overreaction. They don't see how their white counterpart, their white child over here, they don't see that how him saying to the young Black boy that he got to move in the rain. That's not an overreaction. Him trying to physically remove the boy, that's not an overreaction. But when it's the Black boy, that's an overreaction. No, they need to go raise their children. White people need to go practice self-awareness. Go raise your damn kids. Because that, Marlene, to me, that's a fucking overreaction. Get the fuck out of here. Somebody sitting there on bleachers that got you so damn triggered. Like you paid for this section. Get out of here with that, with your $20 tent that you can get a Dick's. Yeah, and that's the same thing with the Palestinians. You know, when these Germans, when these Ashkenazi Jews were being detained in concentration camps in Palestine and Cyprus, the Palestinians were like taking care of them too. They didn't mind sharing. They're the ones who can't share. Oh, we can't have a two-state solution. They can never share. They need to kill you, Elena. They have to kill you or kill as many of your people as possible. Then whoever's left over, they're gonna make them fat. They're gonna make them alcoholic, gamblers. You see, like on the reservation, right? Go to the reservation. The obesity on the reservation, diabetes on the reservation, gambling on the reservation. All these casinos are on Native American land because white people can't help themselves and bring their perversion everywhere they go. This is a holy people. It's a holy people. They warp these people to God knows what. Okay. They had to fight to establish. Why do you have to fight to establish yourself in a land that don't belong to you? Because you're a bunch of racists. You have to fight for what? You have to fight for what? It's not you're from Germany. You're fighting for what? Why did they fight in Germany? Why did they fight in Germany? Go fight in Germany. How can you fight on somebody else to establish myself? You see, bunch of racist people always trying to create these false narratives. Okay? The locals were not welcoming. Oh, really? So the locals are the ones who put them in concentration camps? Always telling all kinds of lies. We thank God for technology, you know, because before you white people were the ones telling us the story. Bunch of lies. Today, thank to God we know the story, right? Of course they were welcoming. Why were they not welcoming? Even they themselves, they were oppressed. It's called the Mandate of Palestine. It was ran by England. Great Britain ran that place. So how can you say that they were not even welcoming when they themselves were oppressed? They were being oppressed, and then the British put the Ashkenazi Jews in concentration camps. But you see, then again, you're so focused on Black people stuff, you barely know your own history. Go read about your white people. Go read what happened when they fled Europe and they come to the Middle East. Go read about how the British people, your people, put them in concentration camp. Aren't you British? Okay? And you're like the grandson of like Churchill. Go read how your granddaddy put these people in concentration camps. Okay, then. So why would you say they were not welcoming when they themselves were being oppressed on their land? Like, make it make sense. Aren't you British? Don't you know that your people went all over the place and colonized but 3 countries, right? It was called the Mandate of Palestine. So even your people, your own British people, recognized that it was a Palestinian land. Hello, right? And they had an accord with these people. Then your people, per usual, white people, when it was religious conflict. That's what you guys always say to lie. Every time you start these wars, you start these mineral wars, these natural resources in Africa, and people start dying. You say, oh, it's a conflict. It's a religious conflict. It's an ethnic conflict. What religious conflict? What are you even talking about? People have Christian people. No, they're not all white. That is a lie. That is a lie. They're all white. Then why are you killing them? If they're all white, then why are you killing these Palestinians? If Palestinians are white people, why are you killing them? If Palestinians are white people, why aren't they part of the British? Why aren't they part of the European Union? If they're white people, why aren't they part of the European Union? Foolishness. You're a bunch of liars. You stay lying. They're white. Now you know they're white people. So now Palestinians are white people. So now Palestinians are white people. So if they're white people, religious conflict. Yeah, right. What religious conflict again? N'importe quoi. Bunch of lies, per usual. What conflict? What conflict? So before these German Jews showed up to the Mandate of Palestine, they didn't have Christians there, right? So no Christians existed. Yeah. So no Christians ever lived in the Mandate of Palestine, right? No Muslim even lived there. No Muslim lived there. No Christian lived there. No Jew lived there. It's only when they people show up that the Jews live there. Foolishness. And also, I will tell you, there are many kinds of Jews. You have Ashkenazi Jews. You have Sephardic Jews. You have African Jews. There are plenty of Jews. There's not one. There's Semitic Jews. There are plenty of Jews. They were Jews living there before these Ashkenazi Jews showed up. The Jews from Germany showed up. They were already Jews there. Jesus is from there. So, of course, they were already there. They were Christians there, too, before they showed up. Even Christians are oppressed there. They were Christians there. There were Muslims there. There were also Jews there. Everybody was there. Okay, then. So how can it be a religious conflict? How can it? You don't even make no sense. You make no freaking sense. So if you admit that like Muslims and Jews and Christians were living there before these immigrants from Europe come to the Mandate of Palestine, then how can you then say it's religious conflict? Because at that point, it will be everybody be fighting. Christians, Muslim, Jews will be fighting those new people, right? How can it be a religious conflict? Y'all just love to lie. You love to lie to yourself because you are a monstrous people. You're a killer people. You always have to lie so much. Like your lies don't even make sense. Your lies don't even make sense. How can there be a religious conflict if you are admitting that before these Ashkenazi Jews showed up, everybody lived there? Muslims lived there. Christians lived there. Jews lived there. Everybody lived there. So how can there be a religious conflict? Because you are incapable. That's the problem with you, Don told you. You're such a break. You're such an Anglo-Saxon. You're such a white person. You are so incapable of telling the truth, especially about the agreement, right? Did your people not make an agreement with the Palestinians that after a certain while they would get back their land? And when it was time to give back their land, they chose to release those Jews, those Ashkenazi Jews from the concentration camp and give them power per usual and cause the conflict. They went back on their word per usual. Please carry on. I got time for your distraction today. I don't have time for this.
If you pick a fight with somebody, if you touch somebody first, then you can't really dictate or regulate the way that they react to you. Keep your hands to yourself. That should be the lesson here. And I know people are not going to like that, but it's the truth. Same thing I said with the case in the mall. Okay, stop harassing people. Get out of my face. Leave me alone. I'm trying to leave. I'm giving you warnings. You're not leaving me alone. Okay, now the gun comes out. Some say it was over the top, but the jury of his peers said it was okay because they let him beat the case. That's kind of what happens. And then some are going to say that I'm defending this guy because he's black. Meanwhile, I defended Daniel Penny. And
my thing is, who cares if they say you defend him because he's black? Are they also not defending the white boy because he's white? Because if they don't even look at the white boy's color, right? If color is not involved, don't these white people find it excessive that if a boy is just sitting there because it's raining, he should be allowed to? He can sit here, especially when it's public bench. These are public seats. There's no assigned seating, right? So if white people want to defend that boy because he's white, then it's their problem. Because what's the issue? Oh, you're on him because he's black. Okay, and you're on him because he's white. Next case, next caller. So you don't even have to justify, oh, I'm not just doing it because he's black. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. right? Even when it comes to YouTube, you make your content. Nobody has to watch it. If people watch your content, they're getting entertained, you get paid. We're helping each other out. The day the content no longer satisfies them, they can go somewhere else. There's Tatum there. There's George. There's all kinds of black goofies who say whatever they want them to say. They can go over there, right? I think Candace is kind of done catering to them. I don't know, right? But I'm like, they can go somewhere else. You don't have to justify yourself to white people. They're not your parents. They're not some authority over your life where you have to prove to them, oh, look, I'm not being biased. Like, I'm not just doing it because he's black. Who are these white people? No one cares. No one cares. Before they try to police somebody, they police themselves. Before they try to police your intention, they need to go police their own intentions. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh, and you think that's okay to do that, right? Or just let them fight it out, right? Chaos. Foolishness. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, well, he can change audiences. Who cares? Who cares? They can go somewhere else. They can go somewhere else. Nobody needs them. Even this channel, if he wants, he can forget this channel, start a whole new channel. You don't have to be stuck to one channel. You can have as many channels as you want. Nobody's a slave. No one is a slave to white people. Those days are over. Those days are gone. So if they're on social media looking for black people to be their mouthpiece, they can just go ahead and do it. They can go ahead and do it. If they want to say these things so badly, they can just go ahead and do it. Shoot, don't they have mouths? Use your own mouth. You do it.
Penny case was actually worse because Jordan Neely didn't attack anybody. He was just menacing like he was going to attack somebody. I said that Daniel Penny is a hero because he came in and restrained him to prevent him from crashing out, which he had done before. And unfortunately, Jordan Neely died, but that was not Daniel Penny's fault. The same way that if we get into a fight and then somebody gets hurt, it's not my fault if I was the one who was aggressed upon first. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that this was a case of black on white violence? Do you think it's a case that was...
No, it's a case of white violence against a black child. That's what I think.
Blown up by grifters. I mean, influence.
I don't really care. Okay, so you guys, because I got to go a little bit. I got to go now. But here is the GoFundMe again, right? Let me see how much is in there. Oh, $325. There you go. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. He's coming home. Sorry, you guys. My bad. Hold on. Stop the screen. Present. Share the screen. Okay, cool. No, who cares? So here is the here is the GoFundMe. Sorry, is the Give Send Go. So here's the fundraiser page. That's what I meant to say. Here's the fundraising page. The goal is 350,000. I hope he can raise $1 million. I hope he can really raise $1 million. Let's send a strong message. Let us send a strong message. Okay. Let us send a strong message. So yeah, donate 100, 20, 50, 500, 1,000, whatever you got, put it towards this young man. Yeah, because he deserves to have the best lawyer possible. You know, the more I think about it, I really think it was self-defense. Okay. The more I do this stuff, I truly think he was acting in self-defense because this is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is truly ridiculous. You can't even sit under a $20 tent because while it's raining because we don't know you. Well, then say hi. You never said hi to a person? Like, everybody in your life was never a stranger. Like, everybody you know, like you've known before you were born. Like, how do you have all these friends? How do you know all these people, right? But once upon a time, were they not strangers to you? But you made a point to get to know them. You can walk up to someone, hey, what's your name? But even in the rain, who has the time for all this? It's raining. Like, keep yourself dry. Who has time for all this? But my thing is, you can still walk up to a person and say, hey, my name is Austin. What's your name? What school do you go to? Oh, are you here for the track meet? Okay, cool. Where are your people at? Like, you can ask these questions, like, get to know people, right? What's all this? Like, what's all this energy for? What is all this energy for? Anyways, my people, love you very much. Okay, but I gotta make dinner now for the kids. Okay, I gotta go make dinner now. But yeah, love y'all. The first video, I'm gonna cut out the other part and I'm gonna play that part. I'm gonna re-upload that one. Okay. Hey, Queen, you were here the whole time. Okay, Queen, make sure you donate, y'all. Everybody, make sure you donate. I'm gonna keep sharing this stuff. Hey, Val, good night, girl. Make sure you donate to little boy. Everybody donate to Karmelo, please. Make a donation, please. Let's get this number up and make sure you share with other people. All my Black people in the UK, please share the link. Okay, tell people to donate. Tell everybody you know to make a donation. $5, $10, $2, $100, $1,000. Give what you have. Give something. Let us send a strong message. Okay. Thank you, Chioma. Thank you. Yes, Sylvia. Thank you. Right. Let's make sure he gets the best lawyer. And also, we have to send a strong message to these white folks. The days of bullying Black people is over. The days of poor Black people, slave Black people, sharecropping Black people, those days are gone. Today, we all have money. We all have money. And we're going to put our money up. The same way Joe Biden went out there to protect his son, the same way the other man, Noah Gale, went out, what's his name? The boy Gale, who killed the people with the car. The same way every single rich white parent puts all their money up to make sure their children never have to go to court, never have to go to prison, We're going to do the same thing because we're all Americans now. Okay? And that's what you do. In America, when you have money, you get yourself the best lawyer money can buy. And that's exactly what we will do with Karmelo. We're going to get this young man the best lawyer, the best criminal attorney, right, in the entire country that money can buy. Point blank, period. And they don't like it, oh well. When they decided to give money to Zimmerman, when they decided to raise $1 million for Zimmerman, you know, they loved it. We're sitting here complaining. It made them laugh. It made them give. No problem, right? We'll do the same thing. Let's get this fundraiser all the way up to $1 million. And I pray that even some celebrities, Black celebrities, get involved and they give a whole lot of money, okay? A whole lot of money. And all these Black content creators making content, telling people not to donate to this young man, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. The day when these white people turn their backs on you, child. Remember this day. Exactly. Oh, yeah, that's true. Make your donation anonymous if you can. If you're this, it's okay. The blood of Jesus. If you gave and you put your name, don't worry about it. The blood of Jesus. But if you also want to make your name anonymous because you know they love to retaliate and hurt people, make your name out. You know, they're Ku Klux Klan babies. So, hey. Okay. Yes. This is not okay. Like, what the heck? It's raining. Like, what's the big deal? Yeah, it's raining. Like, what's the big deal? Let the boy stay. If you don't know him, they get to know him. Ask for his name. Like, what's so hard about this? Yeah, what is so hard about this, right? So God is good. God is faithful. If you gave and you put your name, fear not. You're safe. The blood of Jesus. Moving forward, if you want to give and make it anonymous also, do it. Extra coverage never hurts. But if you put your name, don't worry. Nobody can hurt you. Yes, we got him. Go ahead, Karmelo. We love y'all. Love you guys. Let me go make dinner, okay? Bisous tout le monde. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye, my love. Bye-bye. Bye, peoples.